Ayo. They all start with like, we got to make noise, filler noise until we know that it's recording.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta have a faith. Ooh, that's a cool, what's it, berry flavor?
Yeah, they finally wrap.
Blip, blip.
So like years and years and years ago,
Mm-hmm.
when I was a child,
It was try for a while, of course. Yeah.
they had strawberry Gatorade
Mm-hmm.
in the big, the not this shape, back when they had the other shape.
You,
know?
you switched into a black tank top. That's funny.
I was already wearing a black tank top.
I thought you were wearing a white tank top. White tank top.
No, I was wearing a black tank top.
Oh, then what did you change? I guess, did you change
I
your
changed
shirt?
the shirt.
That's fucking funny. You got me good. Sorry. Anyway,
I
keep
changed
going.
the shirt because the shirt I was wearing I've already worn on here.
Oh, I was gonna say I did recognize it, but your fit was fire.
Yeah.
We should have taken a picture of the three of us in front of the Mario movie sign and been like, "Wish you were here," and sent it to Brandon.
Yeah, superb Marno mobile.
Margot Mobile.
That's the one.
That's the one.
They had strawberry
Later.
Gatorade forever ago, back in the day, back when Gatorade used high fructose corn syrup.
Oh, okay.
And then when they decided to stop using high fructose corn syrup, which is good, but when they decided to stop doing that, they apparently decided that they could no longer replicate the strawberry flavor.
Ah,
So they got rid of strawberry Gatorade.
because if it's not high fructose corn syrup, then how could it ever be a
How could it
strawberry?
taste like strawberry?
Meanwhile, me, a strawberry with no high fructose corn syrup, is because it's just a strawberry. It's just like, so what the fuck am I?
What the fuck am I? Kyle?
Gatorade. More like haterade.
You're right. So yeah, so then they got rid of the strawberry one, and I was like, that was my favorite. I'm so sad. And they still had the little tiny bottles that were strawberry, but they weren't the same like thing because like they were red and the strawberry one was pink, and they tasted completely different.
It tasted different. It was a pale imitation, and it also was only available in like the 6-pack that you'd buy for, Bryson's mom brings to the sports game. Yeah.
And it was just wrong. And so now, years later, having to be without caffeine and
With child.
with child without caffeine,
With Wampus.
of course, trying to find my way in this big
Oh.
scary world.
Because you've cut out caffeine entirely?
I had to, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Oh, because it's just another possible issue, or
No, I have some test stuff that's happening next week, and so I had to not be doing caffeine all the way up to it.
That's
So
right. That's
after
right.
the test, we'll see if I can go back to having it. But I don't miss caffeine for the sake of caffeine. There's so many things that I like the taste of that have caffeine in them.
yes.
So it was like, okay, I don't miss caffeine, but I do miss having something other than water. So I was like, I gotta find something.
And it sucks because it's like you want to drink those things. Like I'm drinking it not because it's the caffeine and I need the I'm like no, that has nothing to do with it. I'm like, it just tastes delicious.
Sparkling ice plus caffeine, blue raspberry. I don't fucking care about the caffeine. I don't need that caffeine. It's 70 milligrams in a can that big.
There's no caffeine.
There isn't any, but there's enough that if you're told not to have caffeine, you can't have it. But meanwhile, I'm like, it doesn't give me any kind of an anything.
What if you just sip it?
I can't.
What if you put it in your mouth and you don't swallow, but you just kind of hold it and then spit it back out?
Here's what is like.
Can you ask your doctor if you can do that?
Ask your doctor if supping caffeine is right.
Just
for you.
going. Delicious. Oh, quick wash.
There were times in the past when I was on keto when I would stick a Sour Patch Kid in my mouth and then spit it out.
Just to get the sour and the taste. Yeah, that's funny.
And then I was like, that was 2 carbs though. But what's crazy is with sparkling ice plus caffeine, it's like there's also just sparkling ice, the non-caffeinated ones.
Yeah.
But they don't make a blue raspberry one. They pretend to make real flavors with that. They're like,
and they're always in the bottles.
Yeah, they're like, we do grape raspberry and cherry limeade and real flavors. Which cool, great.
We clearly live in a fucking dystopia, so just take me out back and shoot me in the head if you're gonna do me like this.
And what they specifically say on the can of sparkling ice plus caffeine, if you read it, is that it's like, we take the blue raspberry and then we add in all natural caffeine sourced directly from coffee.
John caffeine, yeah.
Coffee, whatever. So they make in their little lab, they cook up a big old vat.
With their simple plastic mixing bowl
Yeah.
that they mix it in. Yeah.
They mix up a heaping helping of blue raspberry sparkling ice, and then they pour caffeine in it. So sell me the kind before you poured the caffeine in it. They won't sell.
There's the bottles that are like, hey, before you put the caffeine, and they go, none for you.
No. They even put it in the bottle.
But you know why?
And then they pour it out of the bottle into the can and then put the caffeine
See,
in.
I think that you're feeling like they're taking away, but I think rather they're telling that blue raspberry that, like, look, you're better than them. You're going to be something greater, something that people desire, something that is unique.
You deserve the metal can. You're better than a clear bottle.
Correct. You taste better chilled.
But I want it, and they won't give it to me.
Write a letter.
So I will if
like, jokes aside, like, why the fuck not just write a letter for the meme of it? If not for the meme, then for the content.
If the results of this, these testing is that, yeah, you shouldn't really do caffeine for the rest of your life, the way I'm going to start a grassroots campaign.
Oh, absolutely.
To get my blue raspberry sparkling ice. I have an audience. I'll weaponize them.
Do it.
I'll be the problem on the internet.
I will crash my channel.
I will turn my channel into all it does
is talk about this. Like, all of a sudden there's like this weird product placement in your videos, and people are like, wait, what the fuck? Like, wait, sparkling ice, is he like allowed to say
Sam's
that?
new favorite drink
Is
sparkling
it sponsored? And it goes, no, it is not. And I'd like to make that
And
clear.
I'd like to change that.
I don't even want to change that.
I don't even want a sponsorship. I just want what I want.
You-
I'll pay them. I don't want it for free. I have money.
You should campaign for sponsorship, but not because you want to, like, get paid.
I want a contact.
You want to get in.
I need an in.
You need to have that email chain.
Work.
See, that's how you do it. And if you then make money on the side from it, okay.
Great. Also, that's the
Sponsor
other
for the
thing too.
I mean, they
like,
could be a podcast sponsor.
It
That
could
was
be.
one that would be fine.
I drink it on the podcast.
We do. Or I have.
We have. It's upsetting, and it's not right. And it's mistreatment. And I don't want anybody else, I don't want, Bubbly,
Yeah.
fan of the channel. I don't want them to hear this and go, oh, we should make a blue raspberry. Because, like, Bubbly, listen, you've got a great product, and I wish you nothing but the best. But Bubbly went the route of LaCroix in the essence of flavor. I'm like, no. I want flavor. I don't want... Oh, it tastes like
I don't want to think about Mikey every time I sip your crappy drink.
I don't want to be like, oh, someone coughed after eating, like a cherry cough drop into my mouth, and that was how much cherry there was. No, I want flavor. So I don't want Bubbly to make one. I don't want LaCroix to make one. I want someone who puts flavor in their drinks.
LaCroix makes drinks for people who like to be seen drinking
Wear shirts
things.
like this.
No. I mean, they can.
The shirt looks like LaCroix.
Yeah, the shirt is LaCroix Energy. It's LaCroix.
But not someone who would drink LaCroix. And
No.
that's the fun part.
Yes. Because, like, I really don't understand. And, like, and people are like, you just, like, don't have a good palate. And I'm like,
I
one,
want flavor.
I will concede that, like, if you, like, cleanse your palate of all, like, the sugars and stuff, that, like, those will tend to taste a little bit better.
Yeah.
But that still doesn't make it a good drink.
Yeah.
Like, this just feels like you paid for crappy water.
I don't think they taste bad. I don't think they're flavorful enough. And that's not me saying I want more sugar. I don't want them sweeter.
Like,
I just want a more powerful flavor.
Nobody
I
wants
want a
to
more
drink
potent
just
flavor.
soda water.
Well,
like,
some people do, and I don't approve of those people.
No.
But all of that to say, I've been trying to explore other options in the meantime. And so I discovered that Gatorade Zero now makes berry. No strawberry. They're making no claims about that. It's just berry, but it tastes great, and I'm enjoying it immensely. So.
Interesting. I was thinking, what if we turned off the ceiling light?
Then the fan turns off.
Oh, really? It's one and done? I wonder if it looks different. Oh. No. Well, tiniest bit, but not much. Just because, like, it's one of those things I've just been thinking about. Like, I think about it all the time, and I never do anything about it. It's like, like, because even in, like, right now, like my shirt looks orange.
That's the camera. That has nothing to do with the shade of the lighting. Greens look blue, and reds look orange.
Why?
I don't know.
Because red is red.
That's just how most cameras work. Unless they're, like, pitch corrected.
More like bitch corrected.
Ooh, God, oh,
Thanks. should we say hello?
Hi.
Hello
And welcome
to the Super Hell Yeah podcast. It's the Mario Brothers movie episode. I'm
It's
sorry.
a Super Marno movie hour.
Margot Robbie movie.
Margot Robbie Super Marno movie. We just went to go see The Super Mario Brothers movie.
Wahoo!
Wow!
Do you have Mario hats?
I do.
Should we wear them? Or can I wear one? I should say. I don't want to impose on you, but like just to have the ensemble.
I don't know if I have two. I used to. I had a Mario hat, and then I had.
We do have the onesies, but it's 90 degrees outside.
Yeah,
it's hot.
I'm not getting into a different outfit. I have the one that says "Bite Me" that I love. It's piranha plants. And I had one for a long time that was Mario, but I never wore it. I just put it on a shelf, and then when I took it off the shelf, it was covered in spider webs, and I believe I threw it away.
I should have gone to Zia Records and bought the like Waluigi hat or like the Luigi hat or the Mario hat that I had seen, and I just never did, and I regret it now. It would have been a little bit more fun.
I went on Amazon and I was like, oh, they have Luigi and Mario hats, and I was like, I'll get one for all the boys, for all of us. You know, we'll be our Luigi, Mario, Waluigi, and Mario fantasy. And then I was like, most of them aren't going to wear these, so I did not make the purchase.
Was that a Steve will wear it, but Josh probably won't, and Brandon absolutely wouldn't?
Yeah. So I was like, oh, okay.
I completely understand.
Also, I love Luigi deeply. And
Green's
like,
not your color.
Green's not my color. And I would have worn it because it's Luigi, but then I would have been like, oh, green. But it would have just looked blue on here, so that's something.
Yeah, Luigi.
Luigi. Luigi is not afraid.
No. So do we want to do like doing our best to like talk about it objectively without spoilers for a bit, and then we could do like a spoiler section so that like people can at least watch a little bit of the episode and before it's like, okay, hey, you're gonna want to like cut to later on. And what we should do is when we decide to go into the spoiler section is we should just take a look at what time we're going to do it at. And then we could just leave a pinned comment that says
spoilers from X to X.
Yeah, we could just take the small amount of work because it's actually not bad. I'm saying for me, to be clear, honey, baby girl, I have been working through so much. I have been making so much progress that on the outside looks like nothing, but internally, some good stuff. Also, YouTube music wouldn't load, and I was really sad.
Well, that's sad.
Yeah, I couldn't listen to music. So I listened to 103.5 on the way home, the Spanish station. Shit's fire. Word. I always appreciate it.
Tengo la camisa negra.
Yes. I think the accordion is always so good. And it always like feels so passionate. And like I respect the hell out of it.
Yeah.
Plus also it just fucking slaps. And I know some of the words.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, this is a song about love in some capacity.
Yeah.
Moon.
Okay,
That just reminded me. There was this time, I swear to God, this is what happened. But Zach and I were like we were on our way back from the Tempe Town Lake Music Festival with his dad, which was like the last time we saw his dad in person for like 6 years.
Where?
And there was a bunch, like it was a crazy time, but I saw All American Rejects. That was there. That was cool. And on the way back, as it was dropping me off at my house, there was like an ad on the radio, and it was like, you know, in whatever language, it's this. In Blink, it's this. In Spanish, it's... And I swear to God, Zach and I both are like, it said, in Spanish, it's quesadilla, but in English, it's nightmare. And it was like for like a big like mud truck like thing. And I'm like, we just like, I just now remembered that. I'm just like, did he just say quesadilla meant nightmare?
Just say quesadilla.
Is he lactose intolerant?
I thought he was American.
At our good derbies. So the Super Mario Bros. Movie, it's pretty good.
It was a delight.
It was. I said
I wasn't gonna get mad.
Well, there's only like the complaints that I have are absolutely nitpicky complaints that like are like what I also expected. Like I'm not surprised. It's a movie for kids,
right?
But like my expectations going in was it needs to have good animation and be funny.
Yeah,
because I expect like that's it. That like this is a movie by Illumination. It's meant to also like, you know, be kind of targeted towards kids. And the worst part about our movie experience
was the kid next to me.
Oh yeah, but like that whole family who came from the right side to have their seats on the left side.
Yeah. Well, that family was actually they were even past the one next to me that was annoying the shit out of me. So they really came from the wrong side.
Yeah, it was the worst.
Yeah.
And then I was nervous at the end, and like I got up because like the kid got up next to you, and I'm like, they need to go, and then I'm like, oh, they weren't. I didn't need to like negotiate with terrorists here. Not that this 6-year-old kid was a terrorist,
He's
but
close. I have words
To
about
you.
him, but we won't get there yet.
no, that's for the cons.
That's
The Kongs. But yeah, like I didn't have my expectations were very, I think, like appropriate. Like,
yeah.
this isn't going to be like a Gone with the Wind level story.
Right.
I mean, could be. It was way funnier than I expected, to be honest.
I agree.
What about you? What did you expect going in?
My sister and brother-in-law had seen it before me.
My sister had seen it as well.
And their only commentary, my brother-in-law specifically, was that it was good. He enjoyed it, but it was a lot shorter than he thought it would be. So I went in expecting the movie to be quite short, and I felt that it was not quite short. I felt that it was an appropriate length, especially for a kids movie. They got to be a little.
We were done at the credits rolled at 12:36, and we saw it at 11. Like,
yeah,
it surprisingly actually is a short runtime, but like,
yeah,
the
but
pacing.
It felt correctly paced. It didn't feel like it was rushing. I mean, like it was quite quick, but like it felt intentional.
It was
it didn't feel like they were trying to put more in than it should be.
It was almost like, oh, this seems like the scene in the eel. No spoil, like doesn't matter, but like that scene, like you were like, oh, they're about to have a conversation, and then the scene like does what it does, and you're just like, you know what, cool. Like it's almost like
moving it along.
Every scene in that movie would get me like jazzed and prickly, like my hair would stand up because I was so excited, and I'm like, this movie's so good, and it just kept getting better for me.
It was very, very good. I'm very happy with it.
I'm gonna buy that on Blu-ray so that I have it at home, because like it is one of those few movies that I'm like, I want to own this movie because I would like to see. I'm pretty sure I already missed so much.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm sure it's laden with. Yeah, I'm sure you could watch some video on YouTube that's like all 398 Easter eggs in
that 998,000 Easter eggs.
Yeah, it was really good. I was very like I figured that I mean like obviously like it had done well. I knew that and everything, so I knew it wouldn't be bad.
I knew that like launch weekend the critic score was the
I was genuinely surprised at how much I did enjoy it, because I really, really did like it. I thought it was great.
Yeah. I think honestly, I think every character was really good. Even the one character that I have the smallest issue with, but it's not the character's fault. And like all of the actors, sans one, it's like I forgot.
Yeah.
Like I'm just gonna say, can I say the quiet part out loud?
The quiet part?
Yeah. You if it wasn't for the very end where it says, starring Chris Pratt.
Oh yeah.
I didn't once think Chris Pratt the entire time.
Yeah, great.
They did great. Like I don't know what they did that very first initial trailer. They just fucked it up or phoned it in.
I'm pretty
or
sure
something.
they had him go back and ADR every single voice line.
Good, and I'm glad they did.
I don't care what the circumstances were.
We did that shit to the Sonic movie, and the Sonic movie fucking slaps. So
I don't care what had to happen because it worked. The end result was great.
So good.
Very good. Very well done.
So fun. The sheer amount of references. I'm trying to think of like what wouldn't be spoiler from what was already shown. Like I was a little worried at first that like the trailers gave away the movie, but then I was like, okay, but literally these two scenes in the first, like in the beginning, I'm like, we had that whole middle section that was never in a trailer because obviously you know why. But then it's like that fear, and I'm like, never again do you have that fear. It's gone.
Yeah. That kid next to me.
Tell me about it.
We'll get there. I guess I can do it now if we want.
Well, I guess because it's non-spoiler.
It's non-spoilers. So that fucking kid, he like for the whole beginning, the entire time, he just kept saying like, "This was in the trailer. I know this. This is in the trailer. I saw this. I saw this. I've already seen this." And I'm like, "Shut up." And he literally just keeps like saying that. Like anytime anything would pop up that showed up in the trailer, he's like, "This wasn't in the trailer. I already saw it." I'm like, "Nobody fucking asked you, kid."
Hey, kid, that was the point of the trailer.
I wonder if a trailer shows clips from the film. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, like we have seen that way. Like you can just kind of enjoy it right now. You
Like
stupid bitch.
it was just like, just please be quiet. You can think that in your head. Go for it. He's your film critic, but please just shut the fuck up. And then he kept, and oh my god. when Donkey Kong shows up, that's in the trailer. That's not spoiled. Okay. When Donkey Kong shows up,
Seth Rogen sounds like Seth Rogen. I'm just gonna say it.
He does. He sounds exactly like Seth Rogen. There's no affectation at all. Can you pause?
No, you're good.
Okay.
It's just my dad. I'm just telling him that we're in the podcast.
Okay. Yeah, Seth Rogen is literally just doing his own voice. There's no affectation or nothing.
Yeah, which is that's why that was the only real complaint that I had because everyone else was good. Because like Keegan Michael Key is Toad. And I'm like, how did he do that?
You'd never fucking know it.
I was so worried that Toad was only in that beginning scene.
Yeah.
Because they definitely get you gotcha. But like...
Yeah. So oh my god, the kid, like... First he was convinced that the person who was going to be sitting on the throne was Donkey Kong.
You had a wild experience.
And so he kept going like, it's going to be Donkey Kong. They're about to see Donkey Kong. We've already seen him, and we're about to see.
I did think that Donkey. Oh well, no spoilers, but yes, like.
And then, turns out that we
were wrong.
Donkey Kong later.
Yeah,
and
he's
so
part of it. He's involved.
He's part of it, and so then the kid was like, "Now we're gonna see Donkey Kong." I'm like, "Nail on the head, you got it, kiddo." And he's sitting there, and he's like, What got me is that the kid was like, it would be different if he was like excited about it. The kid seemed so bored with the entire fucking thing. Like he literally just like the whole time the guy was coming like, I've already seen this. Like, whoa. And then when he was like, Donkey Kong's about to come out. Donkey Kong's coming out and then he tried to do like a 3, 2, 1, but like he completely couldn't count it right because how would he know? So he was like 3, and then Donkey Kong busts out. And he's like 2, 1, and I'm like, sorry, flop.
Like you kind of, it definitely got it right.
I love that he fucked.
You were like, good. You looked down at him like pathetic.
I was so happy that he counted wrong. And I loved that he was on the throne wrong. He got all of it wrong. Yeah. It was good. Little shithead. And then later in the movie, when like they're, I don't know how to explain it without spoilers. Okay. I'll save it for then.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah.
Okay, so.
But the movie was great.
The movie was
shut up as time went on.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Mostly.
Mm-hmm. Well, because most of the trailer stuff was in the beginning.
Yeah. Well, he had opinions about everything.
Oh, I'm sure.
And then he kept being like, well, you still have to worry about Bowser. I'm like, yeah, we do still have to worry about Bowser. Yeah. Let's wait and see what happens.
Mm-hmm. They do show it in the trailers, but like, I really liked. I don't know why I had a preconceived notion that like they'd keep the kid gloves on. Like
they said the word death so many times.
We can't talk about that yet. We can't talk about the implications.
Which I appreciated. I liked it.
It was so surreal. Because, like, it's not even like it was a hidden bit. No. Like that character chewed the scenery. It was amazing.
I loved it. But just in general, they kept, like...
Yeah. Like, you're gonna die.
They kept the stakes at, like, no, I'm going to kill you. And I was like, work.
Yeah, and, like, straight up, no, you don't get to see, Princess Peach, like, spike a halberd through, like, a Koopa, like it's World War I. Like, she's in the trench and, like, pulling out his entrails. That'd be cool.
That would be cool. Well, there's time to make a sequel.
Yeah. Well, so that's just, you guys didn't stay for there is a post-credit scene, in my opinion, is, like...
I knew I could see it.
It's, like, 5 seconds. I know, but, like, we're right there.
I had to go to the bathroom.
That's okay. You could run back in.
All of the ushers were there, and it was awkward. I thought about going back in.
You know what, though? I had to pee, too, and I decided to hold it because I didn't want them to be like, no, you can't go back in. That's what my fear was. But maybe you just like, hey, also,
it was warm in there.
Yes.
Which, like, movie theaters are supposed to be cold.
I think next
time...
Josh
even brought a jacket for just such an occasion.
Next time we go to a movie.
It was warm.
Well, because Arizona's 90.
Yeah, but still, they're usually cold.
I understand.
Even in Arizona. Mm-hmm. Even in N0.
They typically are, but I feel like nobody was really, like, prepped, if that makes sense.
I feel like they didn't expect it to be.
I'll give it a grain of salt, but, yeah, I think if we see a movie next time, we should go to the other theater because it has, like, a bigger seat that you actually can recline and, like, roughly the same price. Like, this, I didn't even think to, like, offer because I'm like, well, yeah, this one makes sense, for all of us, but which was fine. It was still a good time.
Yeah.
Brandon did not show up. I hope he's okay.
I imagine he is.
Yeah, I don't know.
He didn't just not show up.
Yeah,
He
there was
said
an
he wasn't
emergency.
going.
Well, yeah, no, he said he was going.
Right.
Oh, yes.
He texted us and
Yes.
said, I'm not going to make it.
Correct.
Rather than like we were just waiting like,
Where is he? Where's Brandon? Where's Brandon?
yeah.
Well, I mean, we did do that though,
Well.
but like when we then text him like,
the
where's
text.
Brandon? Where's Brandon? Damn, that's so crazy. Like we got the whole like 4 best friend package here, and like now we gotta just like have this kid as part of it. And then
That fucking kid.
that fucking kid.
But you know what? He wasn't able to ruin it for me. And that's a testament to the film.
We before pre-spoiler section, the trailers. How did you feel about the trailers for the movies that were coming?
Oh.
Anything stand out to you?
No.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, just nothing.
I'm not a big movie guy.
I know, but that's why I'm just asking. I'm just curious.
Yeah, no. None of them jumped out at me.
Okay. The Little Mermaid looks really cool.
Yeah.
I'm actually like pretty stoked for it. It looks pretty crazy. Like not crazy, but like
It looks good.
I'm a little tired of like we just got to make everything live action or like remake it, do it. But
That's pretty much my thing. It looks good. It looks really good for what it is.
she looks so fucking cool as Ariel. Like and like Ursula, the little bit we got to saw was fucking cool.
Yeah. I've
Triton's a
never
baddie.
liked the Little Mermaid story. I don't like the animated one. I don't like
You hate
I
redheads.
didn't like the show. I didn't like any of it. But it looks good. It looks like a good retelling of that story.
What about the secret penis on the VHS cover?
Well, that was great.
Yeah.
I mean, I got yelled at for licking it, but
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Don't like VHS.
well, they had to worry
cases.
about the plasmosmosis.
Yeah.
It could have been anything.
Like there's lead in the
Of
VHS
course, when I'm licking
cassettes.
it, but you know.
Oh god, that was good. I was glad that they. I was like, yeah. I was telling Josh, I'm like, yeah, like the Blue Beetle movie looks really cool, and he's like, what's it about? I'm like,
A blue beetle.
I'm like a superhero movie, but like it's not like Marvel, like jokes, but like it actually looked pretty cool. Like it looked fun for the movie that it was. Not that you'd go see it, but just like
No, but it
was all
looked
entertaining.
good for what it was. Yeah,
I looked.
it looked like a fun romp.
Yes. The new Illumination movie, which felt more like an ad for Illumination than a trailer
Then
for
a
the
trailer
movie.
for a movie that's coming out in 9 months or
Yeah,
whatever.
a Christmas Migration.
Yeah.
It was all ducks, and I was like, I looked at Josh, I'm like, is this a duck hunt movie?
Ah!
Which would have been so like, and he's like, you thought this was a duck hunt movie? I'm like,
And then they just like brutally kill like the grandfather duck like on screen, and the
Yeah.
dog comes out and just wrings its neck.
I hope so. That'd
Duck
be,
hunt.
I don't know, man. Well, like I think they could get away with like they could do it like in a fun way where like it's a game.
Well, I love that in Smash Brothers, they're like the duck and the dog are friends. I'm like, no, they're not. I'm like, in the source material, the ducks are dying, and then the dog is bringing their corpses to you, like a dog does.
Yeah.
But in the
these
game,
two
they're
are
like,
friends.
they're just friends.
Yeah. Well, this one, because it's the bird that you can never get.
But it's like their character name is still Duck Hunt. That'd be like having like 2 people, and like usually they'd kill each other, but now they're friends, but they're still called together Human Killer.
Oh, you're right. Do you think the bird is like a rat then? Do you think like the bird
He
convinces
sacrifices the others in order to
he's like,
survive
hey
himself.
guys, come on, I found a new field. Oh no, I'm the only survivor. Like how many times does he have to be the only survivor before people start
getting
to
wise.
will start asking questions?
Well,
I'm just asking
some
questions
people are
about Duck
just
Hunt.
asking questions about Duck Hunt.
No claims here.
I'm just asking questions.
Tell me what you fucking know. Did you know this was gonna happen? Do you want the truth or do you want to hear what you want to hear? Do you want me to say no or do you want me to lie to you?
Comfortable lie, or do you want a harsh truth?
Oh my god. You can't handle the truth. Duck Hunt. Starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
As the duck, he's playing against character.
Jason Statham is the dog.
The dog.
And featuring Bobby Moynihan as Gun.
God.
And he's just like, ah! I could see the SNL skit in my head already. That one was good. That was good. Or no, like it was boring because it was just like they just showed all their other fucking movies, and then it was
Including the Mario movie.
then we were currently
that
watching.
we had yet to see.
Yeah.
But they're using that as clout for why we should go see Migration. I'm like, we haven't seen the film yet.
It was good. Like, I thought that was funny. I'm like, obviously that makes sense. Like, it's like, yeah, like, hey, the same people that made the movie you're about to watch, like, wow, you're already trying to sell me on the next one when you don't know if I'm sold on this one.
Yeah. I also love that it started with like a sizable clip from, I believe, Despicable Me 2.
Yeah, one of them where they're like reading something that I thought it was going to be
the point where I thought it was another Despicable Me movie, and I'm like, they're making another one,
which I would have been fine
seen
with.
any of them,
yeah, because I was like, oh, that's clearly what the trailer is, and it's like, actually, that had nothing to do.
And then it was like, this was just like a reel of the hits.
Mm-hmm.
How odd.
A little swan song, if you will. Except they're going to keep going.
Yeah.
Ooh, commentary. The animation in this movie is phenomenal.
It's great.
The hair
Looks good.
Princess
one
Peach?
scene where her hair looked a little fucky.
Really?
Yeah. When they're standing at the...
Oh.
There's a part where like wind is blowing in and they're supposed to be standing still. It looked a little bit weird.
Oh, from the trailer.
But in general, very good.
In the third act, with the thing that happens, you know, after the fun part on the rainbow, when they go to the thing,
right?
She looks great.
Looks great,
and her hair looked like the hair animation. Genuinely, like I couldn't stop like thinking about like that's so hard to do. Like like technology has come such a long way that like I tried to sometimes like be like, man, like remembering as a kid playing like Super Mario. Like I remember playing Super Mario 64 for the first time and being like, holy crap, 3D, this is so crazy. Yeah. There is licensed music in the movie.
There is. And I have a comment about one of them.
Oh, okay.
Because of the child.
Oh, fair. I will say that like I was a little at first I'm like, oh really? But then I'm like, no. Like don't, if you're one of those people that get hung up on it, like they literally like have all the assets.
Good.
It's so good. They all work and they never are too long or too much.
Yeah.
Because also every other time the music is a nice new rendition of the Mario music in whatever capacity.
Hands across the board, original music, recycled music.
All good.
All of it was good. The music was very well handled. It was very good.
Yeah. And I think I can't think of anything else that's like not spoilery.
Spoiler time.
It's good. They will most likely make a second one, and I will absolutely go see it.
They will. Isn't it apparently like blowing up like all kinds of sales records?
It better be.
I think it is.
I mean, with that post-credit scene, that it literally is one of those like, you know, it's 10 seconds and you just get like a slight reveal, but like that's all that you need.
Yeah. Super Mario Bros. Movie. Isn't it? I thought it was like. Isn't it like? Didn't it set some like new land speed record for like sets box office record? Here we go.
Oh, okay.
Crazy great $87 million in its second weekend.
Oh.
Woo.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah, it was good. I would go see that movie again in theaters.
It's as it races towards the $1 billion mark.
Ooh. Oh, I thought you said, is it racist towards the $1 billion mark? And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, racist? No. Classist? Maybe.
It's the biggest second weekend ever for an animated film.
Oh.
Yeah, it's doing real good.
You know why? Because everyone knows that all the kids are going to be at the opening weekend.
Yeah. Now you get to go back and watch it and actually see all the little Easter eggs. Hell yeah.
I was talking to Ori about it, and she goes, yeah, she's like, I want to go see it, but I've been waiting because I don't want all the kids to be in the theater. And I'm like, I totally get it. That's a fucking vibe.
Yeah. It's the #1 video game adaptation of all time, passing Warcraft and Detective Pikachu. And it's so far the top grossing movie of the year.
Yeah.
Which is only April, but still, I imagine it will hold the title for quite a while.
I've seen John Wick, which was really good. This is absolutely by far better. Like that was it made today a really nice day. Like, yeah, it was really warm out, but like I went and got a bagel with Tyler this morning and Daisy, and like ended up like just hanging out at the house for a little bit, just kind of talking, and then, you know, we went and like saw the movie with the boys, and like it was just fun. Like I don't think I was ever not having fun in that movie at any point.
Yeah.
Except for you with the boy, obviously.
But the movie overshadowed that.
As it should. He should know how small. He's got Spike energy.
He's annoying.
That kid sounds like he was Spike. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is spoiler time?
We can. Yeah. So
we'll wait till 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Flat.
Okay. And I'll write it down.
Dun,
Dun, dun, dun.
Spoiler time.
Spoiler time.
Mario and Peach don't kiss.
But they fuck raw.
They fuck right on top of a Koopaling.
Mm-hmm.
I loved that the Koopalings were not in it.
Oh, the Koopalings.
Yes, I was so glad that they weren't in it. And I'm sure if they continue to make sequels, they will show up, and that's good, and I'm happy with that. But I'm so glad they weren't in this one. I'm so
They
glad
kept
weren't
it
in this
simple.
one.
Like,
yes,
there was already so much at
lot.
any given time, at any given frame of that movie. For the most part, you could you're trying to see all the little things because you start to recognize so many little things.
So much shit. Well, in the very beginning, when they're watching their own commercial in the pizzeria,
which is phenomenal.
The guy who's playing on the thing he's voiced by the actual voice of Mario.
Oh,
I'm almost sure.
I think I want to say that's right because I'm I know that person's important.
Yeah, I'm almost sure that's the real original game Mario voice.
Yeah, and he's playing Jumpman, which is the original Mario.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I love that they had fucking the Wrecking Crew guy,
Spike.
Yes, and that was their old job because they started in Wrecking Crew. Well, they didn't start in that, but that was good. It was so good.
There's something wild about watching Mario and Luigi come home to their family and
their large extended family,
which makes sense. Italian New York family, and they're we saw your pathetic, sad
little commercial. You're dragging your brother down.
Yeah, you're dragging your brother down. Honestly, I think you're wasting your time. You're dragging your brother down, and then he's like, "What did I say?
What did I say? Something?
I have words about the father."
I agree with your words about
Thank you. I feel like Josh didn't, and I was like, you know what? That's fine. He's allowed that opinion. Because big ups for Josh for showing up.
Big ups for Josh for being there. Yeah.
But Josh isn't involved anymore. He's not part of it.
Involved with this. Also, the pizzeria that they were in was called Punch Out Pizzeria. Loved it.
With some good Punch Out, the iconography on the window.
We love to see it.
Oh, it was so good. I loved...
There was no Toadette.
That's fine.
Which I'm also fine with.
I was
curious if she was going to show up.
There were so many characters, and they did so many good cameos where we didn't need everybody to be voiced because there are media where they're we're gonna get everybody.
Everyone
and it's
has to have a line.
It's one, if you just have the core people get set up, then you never have to set those people up again. And it's also, spoiler alert, what do you think happens in a movie about Mario? Do you think that he has to stop Bowser to save the princess? And, but honestly with a much better twist.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. There's a really good joke with the two guards in front of Peach's castle.
Yes.
That was so good. That was so good.
I loved that that even though there are a million characters in it, obviously getting little cameos and everything. One of the things that them not including the Koopalings I think is emblematic of is that I'm glad that they kind of kept it to the core group for this because in my head that sort of speaks to they know that they can have sequels and they can have time for Koopalings to show up.
Because if you're going to make the Koopalings a character, they need to be the whole movie, but they shouldn't be the first movie.
Exactly. So I don't know. To me it kind of speaks to their idea that what I imagine they're thinking of we can make more of these that we don't have to pull out everyone in the first video, in the first movie. We can keep it to the big ones, We don't need Birdo yet.
Not yet.
But she's coming.
A thing, it is not a complaint, but rather something I was hoping for. When Luigi gets dumped into the forest and he was like, Mario, I was hoping we'd get that Mario. I was really hoping and
we kind of got one when he was getting sucked out into the tube thing. We got a pretty close to a classic, Mario wail, but it would have been great in the forest.
Yeah,
it would have been fitting.
I do at the very end, Peach mentions to Luigi you're very brave, and he's like, thank you, I am, because that's one thing. I think we've talked about it before. I don't know if we've talked about it on the podcast, but people sleep on Luigi because they're he's a coward, and it's
He's the bravest one.
Because
he's scared.
He's terrified the entire time, but he still does it.
Yeah.
He's still doing it. Like, that's a goddamn inspiration.
Yeah.
I was hoping for an EGAD a little bit.
Yeah.
But also, again, it's like they have so much potential.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't pull out all the stops, because then I would have been like, where are you going to go from here?
Because I don't think we could do a whole Luigi's Mansion movie, but I could have totally been cool with it being like a short bit.
Yeah.
Or like maybe like in that castle that's there, like the Shy Guys got it, and then there was like a ghost, and like, you know, EGAD.
so funny.
It's just like, that's what I thought the post-credit scene was going to be, was like Professor EGAD going,
I thought it was, because
It makes sense who it was, though.
I had seen something came up in my recommended that like I didn't watch, but just from the thumbnail, I thought they teased Rosalina in it, but I think they were getting at that Rosalina is teased just by the fact that there's a Luma, which is
the Luma.
amazing.
Luma is arguably
so good.
The Luma character bit. What I thought was just going to be a one-off line was this character's
So
entire personality.
So good.
The very end where like the sweet release of death,
Yes,
saying all of the things, like if you've ever joked about depression, you'll love this movie.
I loved it. And
Super Mario Bros. Cured my depression.
Oh my god. /S. And there was
/SRS.
Oh yeah, I could never keep the.
I want to talk about that video too,
up.
because I listened to it a little bit last night and this morning, and yes, it's correct.
Yes. When like the Luma when it was like, you know, like, oh yes, like finally like sweet merciful death.
The sweet merciful death.
The kid next to me goes, wait, why would it want to die?
Oh, it's
and I was like, you're too young.
You don't
Just
understand.
like, that joke wasn't for you. You haven't been bullied yet.
You should have looked at him and said, not everything's for you.
It's not for you.
I thought it was in the trailer.
When you go to high school, maybe then you'll realize what Luma's talking about.
Well, it's like, oh yeah, like good. Of course this toxic positivity, and the one thing that I also love that no one ever acknowledges is that like as the Luma's dancing, like the Luma can just get out of the cage, and it just
could have just slipped out of the bars
and left, but it's almost like
and fly.
It's glad Luma. It's here because like it's done. It wants to give up. And like it's not like they just have this like big character say a line or two. Like it would be like every time that they go to the scene, like that character has many lines, and they're like trying to like.
Luma has like as many lines as Toad, and I love it.
That's a fucking vibe. All of the I loved the dynamic of the two. Like Charlie Day and Chris Pratt really knocked it out of the park.
I love that they like played it like, and it was written like brothers who actually love each other.
Yeah.
Like it very easily could have gone the whole like, I don't know.
Yeah, like
antagonistic, blah blah. Which actually like the games sometimes lean into more. That like Mario's a complete fucking dick to Luigi, and I liked that they were actually like brothers who loved each other.
Yeah,
it was nice.
It was so cool. Baby Mario, Baby Luigi reference, which was cool. Even though I don't like the babies, like I don't like them, but I thought it was so cool that they did it.
It was very cute and well done. I just hate those fucking babies. And then you got to see Baby Peach, and she looked like Baby Peach, and that was funny too.
And Peach was cool. I liked.
But where's Daisy?
She's coming.
Hi, I'm Daisy.
Nintendo.
I loved when they went down to the sewer. And then like where it was like level 1, 2, and like there was the first river was like doo doo, and like I immediately knew, and I could tell, like I was like, oh shit, did Josh know? And like Josh didn't. It was until the second time that Josh went, oh, and I'm like, fake fan. That's not true. Fucking. I love you, Josh. It's not. But I was just like, they like I felt like I'm like, they playing me like a fiddle for my $8 for this matinee.
Yeah. It was good. It was just really good.
It was so fun. Like it just oh my god, I was really worried that like there'd be a lot of dumb jokes.
Yeah.
And like
there wasn't any fart jokes, and I was very happy about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I really thought they were gonna go there. Because it's Illumination and it's
Minions.
A kids movie.
Yeah.
And they never did. And that was really great.
They just like really, the movie is quick.
It is.
But it also feels like a full movie. Like it feels like they're like, we have so much to put into this movie that like we don't get like, no, you're not getting character, like the character depth is through their actions.
Yeah.
Like Princess Peach is a badass from start to finish.
Also, I did,
and looks stunning in her wedding dress.
That wedding dress was incredible. I love how they handled the her and Mario dynamic, because like I'm not gonna lie, I was like pretty convinced going into it that it's gonna be like that they were going to flip it on its head, and she's the one who saves everything, and he's like a complete flop idiot, and like she's the one who saves the day.
Which is a good message, but also is like,
why does he also have to be a flop?
Why can't we just both have people empower each other?
And they were, and they did, and I loved that. I thought it was excellently handled. Like they did a little bit of like the joke of like, haha, he's actually like a bit of a fuck up at first, and she's more prepared. But instead of that being like a
but she also like never held him against it.
Right. She like teaches him how to be better, and then they're both just
she's like, let's see what you're made of. And he's like, does that mean like I can come with you? She goes, no. It says we could see what you're made of. And then they like, the movie takes place over like 2 days.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious, because it's like, oh wow, how long is this training montage going? And it's like, through the night, dumbass. Yeah. And like, I don't know why I expected it differently. I don't know.
I mean, it wasn't as good as the Destiny 2 Lightfall training montage, but then what could be?
No.
What could be?
And Nimbus was in it. And Nimbus wasn't in this one. What a Mario movie, but I spliced in Nimbus.
But I put in Nimbus.
Oh god. Everything with the Kongs was phenomenal.
That's good.
Like, I loved that the king was not Donkey Kong. Yeah, we can say it. It's Cranky Kong. And whoever the character is fucking great. Like good. The very much like laissez-faire, like, no, we're not gonna do it, but like, yeah, okay, we'll do it. Like, it felt like I'm like, they're gonna do it anyway, but it's like, this is one of those guys where like, you gotta do the dance.
Cranky Kong.
It's Cranky Kong.
That's what he is.
Not you, Diddy Kong.
I love that Diddy Kong got shut down and didn't have a role in the movie.
Did you see? Was it Candy Kong or
Dixie?
Dixie Kong. Dixie Kong was in. I don't know. I didn't see Lanky Kong, but I could have missed it because it might have been in that same shot.
Didn't see Funky Kong either. Yeah, but you know he's got to be in.
But they did play the DK rap a little bit.
Hell yeah, they did.
Which was some good shit.
It's good.
And even then, Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong like wasn't bad because it like made sense.
It just sounds like Seth
Rogen. It's hard to not see it. Like, and again, it's like the only one where I'm like, you didn't do a little bit of a voice or something or anything. Like, it's just talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's all right.
I'm trying to think. Bowser.
Great.
Big Boss Bowser.
Did great.
It was great. Jack Black had fun with it.
Did a good job.
They did really good on his eyes. Because like when he would be in his like
gave him a very expressive face. It was well handled. I
feel like especially people that don't play the games, they don't realize like how much of a bitch Bowser is too. Like I don't like, that's the only way I could describe it, of just like he does have a sensitive side. He's just, you know, he has bad people skills.
He's sad all the time. He even says it in like the final fight. He's like, now you can be miserable like me. I'm like, Bowser.
Bowser just needs like
we need to learn how to.
That's why they shrunk him down and put him in a nice little jar.
Someone's gonna come on.
Finally. Yo, that was for all the people who bought the Peach amiibo.
They made that. Listen, I know what they're building up to. They knew what they were doing when they did like the Luigi and Bowser scene. They're going for the Luigi Bowser shippers. So. They're gonna have Luigi come in.
They sure. Jesus Christ!
You know, there's already art on the internet of that.
I mean, I'll be honest. I'm like looking at this animation and I'm like, oh, there's got to be some great art of Peach. Like, oh, the boys are gonna love this.
Well, in the wedding dress, like I was like, we're really going Bowser adjacent, aren't we here?
Stop.
Tube top.
Yeah.
I'm like shoulders out. She never looked like that in the game.
No, but
and she's like shoulders out, décolletage out with a black choker,
but very modern.
White gloves. It looked great, but I was like, Bowser, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
Yeah, I know.
It was well handled.
I love that they actually
the white to pink gradient. It's beautiful.
Yeah. They explained why she was a princess,
why
which is something like which is basically just she showed up. She showed up, which maybe that's why it was boarded up. I don't know, something.
It could be beef,
but like it was something. It was part of it, and then they just like she's like, yeah, I just was like they raised me. They were my friends, and then like they made me their princess. Good to go. Yeah. Did you see the Cap store in the Toad Town? Okay, cool. I was in the Mushroom Kingdom. I thought that was so cool. I
like the whole thing in like the antique store or whatever, where like the one like is holding a warp whistle, and he's like, "Does this even work?" I was like, "Oh my god!" And there were the Yoshi coins from World. It was so good. There's a million.
The post-credit scene is of like the Yoshi egg at the end, and it like cracks, and you hear Yoshi.
And I love that you did get to see the Yoshis running in the background for a little bit. I was like, "This looks so good."
Part of me's like, how come they didn't come back? I'm like, stop. Like, it's already. Like, I'm like, why didn't? I'm like, but it was already good.
Also, I loved that
they're there. They're involved. They're part of it.
Bowsy's tickling the ivories, and the piano says Ludwig.
Yeah, Von Koopa.
Von Koopa. It was so good. I was like, yes. I was like, that's as much Koopaling as we need so far.
Who is? What is the name of the wizard? I always forget his name.
Kamek.
Kamek was great.
Voiced perfectly.
I don't who voiced Kamek.
I don't know, but they nailed it. That was exactly what I would think.
It was so good. It was so fun. Also, they made Bowser a terrifying son of a bitch.
Yeah,
because he is.
Smash users wish he had that much fire breath.
Yeah. Yeah, like when he just like the penguin scene, which like was in the trailers. It was like the first thing they ever like showed.
I've already seen that.
It was so good. Yeah. Tell me about this kid.
I've already said it.
No, what was the other thing?
Oh,
yeah.
So he's like being kind of a dick the entire movie, and then they get to the part where the Mario Kart part where they're like picking
Eric V. This kid.
They get to the part where they're like picking their their carts,
which was very fun. Very fun scene.
And so, like, at that point, this is where I talk about the music. The Thunder song starts playing. So the kid,
because you're working with metal making cars, you have to play Thunderstruck.
Yeah,
I don't know why that's a truth, but
so
it
then
makes
the
sense.
kid starts going like, "Oh, finally a good song," and starts singing it, like at borderline full volume. And I look over literally because I'm like, okay, this is a little bit much. Like, listen, like some people talk during movies. You shouldn't, personally. I don't think so. It's impolite, but like whatever. He starts singing the song like at full volume, and I look over, and his like parent is doing the same thing. I'm like, oh, this is where you learned that was okay to ruin someone else's movie experience. Luckily, though, the song doesn't linger because they have a very good handle on their soundtrack.
They do.
So they can shut up.
Like all that shit just cuts. I am someone who's just like, oh fuck. But like,
that's fine.
I'm gonna make a comment, or like, I'm like, if we were watching a movie, be like, oh fuck, he's like, oh shit, they got the fucking thing.
Though.
But like, because like, shut up. Like, it's not to comment. It's more of just like, oh fuck.
I'm not saying like you have to be fucking silent. I'm not. Like, lean over to your friend and be like, oh my god, like all that shit. Like that's fine.
That's what's fun.
Don't sing a song.
Don't sing a song.
Don't sing a song
in the theater.
That's just a great starting. We start with don't sing a song. Also, don't sing it that loud. Also, read the room.
Also, wash your hands. Don't
wipe
sit
your
next
nose.
to me. How about don't go into this
Snotty
movie?
little kid.
Yeah.
Kid has every right to be there, but I'm like, just please be quiet. There are other people here. Lean over to your parent and say, I've already seen this. Don't like lean towards me because we're not friends and we're not going to be friends.
We're never going to be friends, kid.
But the movie was great. And that kid's not going to bring it down.
It was just fun. Like
It was good. It was a lot of fun.
Like I didn't want it to, like it ended, and I was like satisfied with the ending.
But I wanted more. I want the sequel.
Yeah, I didn't want it to end.
I want the sequel.
I want to talk about the dad.
I'd love for you to talk about the dad because I agree with you completely.
More important than the dad though, I love that Mario hates mushrooms.
Yeah, it was good.
Because I'm like, me for real.
Yeah.
Because I don't like mushrooms.
And I love that, like, without even saying anything, he picks off the mushrooms and like puts them on Luigi's plate.
I've never felt so seen in a piece of media,
and I liked it.
I never felt so seen.
Yeah,
and it was so good. All the zany like family members, but like when the wrecking crew guy is talking shit in the pizza shop.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Have you guys even gotten a single call?" And Luigi, like with his whole chest, he's like, yeah. Our mom called us and told us how great it was," and then like threw his phone on the ground and cracked his
fucking screen. It was just good.
It was so good. It was so silly. It
like,
was so.
I don't know. Like the humor was just really well handled. Like I think it was funny for kids and adults.
Yeah,
in a way that wasn't like talking down or up to anybody.
No,
it was funny.
Just good, and like it also like made rational sense why this Mario plumber is there. Like, yeah, it's crazy that it's to a world. Like we can like circumvent that.
You have to suspend a certain amount of disbelief.
The mayor.
Yeah, Pauline.
Oh my beloved. Oh my god. I'm like, Josh doesn't even know. Because he's just like
Brooklyn,
Queens.
Well, I mean, she's supposed to be the mayor of New Donk City, but hey, she came into Brooklyn, and that's okay.
Well, it's also possible that could change.
Perhaps.
Or not, now that the link...
Maybe they're going to rename Brooklyn to New Donk City. That'd be fun.
Because it's all been destroyed.
Yeah,
or like a lot of
rebuild and rename it.
Well, it's been saved.
Well,
I don't know.
Well, is Brooklyn worth saving?
I mean,
What about Queens?
I mean, they left.
Well,
they're in the Mushroom Kingdom now. Like, we're not going back.
Yeah, they got homes in the Mushroom Kingdom.
But that could be fun.
Yeah.
And that would also be a great way to like put, jump up superstar.
But where's Daisy? She's probably currently still in Sarasa Land.
Sarasa Land?
That's where Daisy comes from. She's the princess of Sarasa Land.
Wait, really? I didn't know there was like actual Daisy lore.
Yes.
That's so cool. What's Sarasa Land? Have we ever been there in the games, or it's just?
Yes.
Oh.
That was her
like
first
Sriracha?
Yes. Her first game
She got hot sauce in her purse.
She keeps hot sauce in her bag. Her name.
She always got her motherfucking thing
on her. She's the princess in Super Mario Land, the first one for the Game Boy that takes place in Sarasa Land.
Oh.
And so Mario saves Daisy, and that's where Daisy actually comes from. And then they finally brought her back for Mario Tennis when they all needed doubles, which is how we got Waluigi, how Daisy became a character again, how Birdo came back. Like, that's how a lot of the secondary characters came back.
Yeah. The dad.
The father.
So the father makes this comment. He is your stereotypical unsupportive father. Like, which like I understand, but again, it's like, did you have to say this at dinner?
He is not in defense of him, but he is the clueless, unsupportive father.
Yes.
He's not the malicious, unsupportive father, if that distinction makes any sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like it's very much of like, he means well,
but he's wildly unfeeling.
Like, he genuinely thought it was fine to be like, yeah, like, I think that, like, you shouldn't have quit your job, that, like, you put all your life savings into this stupid commercial, you don't even have work, and you're dragging your brother down with you. And, like, Luigi's just like, dude, like, I just love you, man. Like, he brought him, like, the spaghetti, like, because he didn't eat, and, like, thought that was sweet. And, like, he's like, what did I say? And then at the very end, when spoilers, Brooklyn gets destroyed.
Brooklyn,
which I didn't expect how that happened.
Yeah,
but it was really cool.
It was good.
Like, they really subverted expectations, or rather, they just took it places.
I didn't think we'd go back to Brooklyn.
No,
in that way.
But it also then like
good,
it was actually, I'm like, wow, this kind of like wraps up the themes pretty good,
quite cleanly.
With like both Donkey Kong and Mario's fathers like kind of like showing approval and support, and like a lot of that could be like a little bit like, fuck, I should have believed in you. But we didn't get that line, so I'm not gonna say that that's the line.
Yeah, well, I think the Cranky Kong one went a little bit better, because like you didn't really get the vibe that like Cranky Kong was like blatantly unsupportive of Donkey Kong, more so that he just like wasn't good at like expressing that.
Yeah.
Whereas like the Mario's dad, it reads more like you're just disappointed in your son for no reason, and you're not registering that like he's trying.
And you think that the only way to help him is to tell him how disappointed you are.
Yeah.
Like, because wouldn't that motivate you to stop?
Well, of course.
Yeah, what if you just said, hey, like, no, like, but like, you could do it, man.
Yeah.
And like when he goes, like, oh, Mario, Luigi, you saved everybody. He goes, these are my boys. I'm like, you don't get to stand where they stood.
To be proud of
that
them.
is
now,
some bullshit.
If you weren't proud of them when they made the commercial,
because that commercial was fire.
Now it slapped.
They even in the movie, Mario's like, well, yeah, like it was supposed to be funny, like,
yeah,
and it's like, yeah, it is.
I love that they used the accents in the commercial,
like,
and then dropped them. And in a way that made sense. It felt good.
Yes, it felt good.
Because like it would have been a little tired for them to be honest, like I know people were like hung up about Chris Pratt, but like it would have been a little tired if the entire movie he's like, let's go. That would have been
like, it would make total sense, because there's a lot of like what was it, Super Mario 2, Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario World 2, whatever, where it's like a stage play technically, or Mario's 3. 3 is like it's the stage play one,
yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, like no, like I'm the Italian Blummer. It's a me, Mario. Also, he definitely says it's a me many times, but it never once feels overused or like unnecessary. It almost, or no, sorry, Mamma Mia.
He says Mamma Mia multiple times. He only says it's a me once, and it's because he just got punched. So he's like, it's a me.
Yeah.
But he says Mamma Mia a couple times, but it's good.
All the enemies were so good. Like at the wedding, again, Princess Peach, Bowser wearing the like Odyssey stuff.
Hat. with
so
the
good.
bouquet of
And him just like his like knees buckling.
him smashing the bouquet because of the piranha plants I was going to do.
Him and Kamek as Princess Peach, like it is the best. Like this guy is clearly like he really is just like they're like, what's up? He's like, all right, like everyone like hell. It looked like hell. Like everyone's
Hell yeah.
rock stars. He's like, and this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the Mushroom Kingdom. They're like, yeah, and I'm gonna ask Princess Peach to marry me.
What?
What? Yeah, because she's sweet. Peaches, peach, peach. It was just he was a delight. And there was a mid-credit scene where he is singing the song. He's like, even if there was a Mario and a Donkey Kong too, and an army of Koopalings couldn't keep me from you, Peaches. And then like a Toad comes and is like, shut up. And he's in a little cage in a room, and he's like, lights out, and shuts the door on him. That was like the mid between the mid-credit scene. It was fun. It just was good. And Peach was like, I think it's important to say that like I loved that at no point Peach was like in peril. Like Peach was like, yeah, I'll marry you, because it's like, yeah, like I don't want you to kill all my fucking dudes, so I'm gonna marry you. And then she's like, did you think I would? Boom, fucking in the secret bouquet. I'm like, dude, they just pulled an op. Like that's a coup right there. You know, they know what the fuck is up.
Ice flower,
which I forgot was a thing.
Well, it's not used often. It was introduced in new soup for the Wii.
Really?
I believe so.
That's so interesting. Like, there's so much.
It was introduced in one of the ones around that era. I believe it was for the Wii.
You know what I did not expect?
What did you not expect?
Cat Mario.
It was so good. Well, they did that in the trailer. I already saw that.
Oh, I didn't see it in the trailer.
Yeah.
But like when he did the jump attack, like they didn't go 8-bit at all, and I'm fine with it.
I'm glad that they didn't.
I think that like it would have been fun, but it also like it's not that it like it didn't make or break the movie. It was like one of those where I'm like, oh, they probably are gonna do it, and I'm almost like, you know what? I'm glad you didn't, because that would have been predictable.
Yeah, we got to see Fire Donkey Kong for the first time ever.
Yeah,
that was cool.
Which was also in the trailers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, I loved the way that they handled like seeing like their typical moves and stuff, because like it was always like it was never put like a spotlight on it. It was just like when they run with the arms
and the jumps and
when, like some of like the spin jumps and stuff, and he ground pounds once, and like it was never like the focal point. It was never like a, look, we're gonna do the move.
No, like
which was what I thought they handled it great.
That's how you do it. Is like no, like he just is like it really felt like Mario's just letting it flow through him, like he's just going for it, because it's like, we gotta fucking like do this, we gotta get up there, so like let's fucking go and just let's kick some ass. I think that like the power-up system was great, the whole training montage was good. And the whole movie was just great. I can't stop thinking. I just like loved it. I want more of it. They're gonna make a sequel, and I trust them to make a good sequel, because I don't think like, are they gonna do it for money? Absolutely.
Who cares?
That like good. I'll give them.
They should earn money. They did a great thing.
That's how we fix capitalism. They should earn money. They did a great thing.
They did a good thing.
Turns out, if you actually put effort into things, they come out great. And I'm not saying not individual effort. It's like that corporate level. You know, like they didn't phone it in. They could have phoned it in.
They could have.
And like people were so afraid that they would, because it's like, you know. I was a bit afraid.
I was afraid it was going to be like, obviously like
Secret Life of Pets or some stupid shit.
Well, obviously it's a kid's movie.
Where he's going to go, it's me, John Mario.
Like, I knew it was obviously going to be a kid's movie because it needs to be. I was afraid it was going to be stupid as a result of that. But it wasn't. And I was also kind of worried that it was either going to be like stupid, or it was going to go the route of like,
the whole family.
It's like, on a basic level, it's really dumbed down, but then there are a couple jokes thrown in for the adults. That's another classic thing that they go for. I think they actually landed a really good spot of, it's like, no, it's just genuinely enjoyable.
I assumed that the story would have less depth than it did.
Same, yeah.
It didn't need to have a lot of depth for it. Like there was a lot of storytelling shown in the actions, which is like, it's hard to describe it.
It was show not tell, which was impressive in a movie that operates at kind of a breakneck speed, but not in like a bad way.
Yeah, it's just fun. Like if
think
anything, it's like it's a great way to kill like an hour and 15 minutes or whatever.
I think it's just like very well designed to hold your attention. Like none of the scenes ever lag. They don't give them a chance to, and like that could be like exhausting in a different kind of movie. But like, I don't think it was in this one.
Like for the Mario movie, for like a lot of people, like the average person that's going to go see this movie, in whatever, like they've played Mario in some capacity, like I'm not gonna lie, I immediately like my skin got all goosebumps when like the Nintendo logo at the very beginning, because I'm like, oh, like Nintendo doesn't like to put their name on things.
It's the Nintendo Cinematic Universe.
Yes, Nintendo's here finally. Where's Duck Hunt? Where's Duck Hunt?
If the next movie they make is a Donkey Kong movie, though, I'm gonna be like, you can do that, but please do that later.
I don't think so. Okay, I think it's gonna be a Yoshi movie because Yoshi will be part of it.
I think he'll be part of it. I don't think it'll be Yoshi specifically. Maybe.
Unless they have to journey to the center of Yoshi Island.
Yoshi's Island.
Like you could do so much fun stuff.
I mean, if they make a Yoshi's Island-esque one, that would make sense for them to then include the Koopalings.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Well, yeah, just because like they're like the babies, and like so like it sort of plays into.
If we're gonna play with side stuff, like again, like I think they should have the Koopalings should have a whole movie.
I think they will, because it's also a way to like not like overuse Bowser, but to get another villain in there.
Yeah. Well, and I like that. There was that scene where like they're when they're in the fire flower field, which was really pretty. I love that they were like 16-bit flowers or whatever, 8-bit flowers. It was very cute. But like she talks about how like like there's a lot of galaxies out there, and it's just like, dude, do you understand what's gonna happen online if they animate Rosalina?
Where's mommy Rosalina?
Oh my god, I can't. We're eating good this year, guys. me and the boys going to see the Mario movie for the 5th time this month.
Okay, but I have a question.
Luigi was actually like Luigi looking cute.
He was cute.
He was looking real cute.
Also, like, why could that one like that first bodyguard Kong? He could kind of get it.
Yeah.
And like, why?
Because he didn't care, right? He didn't care.
Yeah.
He just was.
It worked.
He literally like threw a banana peel that resulted in an explosion and that guy possibly dying.
And he didn't care.
No, I work the front.
That's just being a Kong, baby.
That's Kong.
That's Kong, baby.
I was so good. Like all of it was fun. Like there was no waiting. Like that was the big thing. There was no hem and haw. There's no
effort to explain things that didn't need explained.
Like they kind of did leave some things to like this clearly is a video game universe, so like we don't need to have logic all the time. Yeah. But like no character needs to go, this doesn't make any sense. Like no, like Mario's big thing, like Mario got like shit talked by Spike in the beginning for being small, and like never once does he like feel down on himself about it. He's like, no, he's like, I don't give a shit. Fuck
like,
you.
I don't care. Yeah.
And like learning like the power-ups, like the introducing that like power-ups are just a thing in this world. Like we just have them. You could just do them. And like, he got the little one. Everyone laughing. It was a good time.
I do that.
I was a little sad that like when he was like, wait, is this like a raccoon mushroom? And he's like, not quite. And I was like, it's a tanuki.
Say their name. Say tanuki suit.
It was good.
I did also love that then Luigi afterward was like, why are you dressed like a bear?
which is like
what it looks like. It's cute.
Yeah, it was. Their relationship was just so fun to watch. Like
it was really sweet. I was genuinely shocked.
If we're together, nothing can hurt us. Okay, immediately split until the end of the movie.
Yeah,
which was like, of course, but like. It was an of course, but with a smile on your face, because it's like, no, they did it right.
Also, even while having his mustache yanked out, Luigi was talking up his bro when he's like, "What a princess! If you're interested in him," and he's like, "If she had good taste." I'm like, the brothers.
That was some king shit right there.
The Super Mario brothers.
Like he's even because like
sometimes it's nice to just see like a loving relationship.
Is their last name Mario? Isn't that the thing? Is
Mario Jumpman Mario? That's his full name.
Is it Mario? Like I know it's a meme, but like
Mario Jumpman Mario.
Is that his real name?
That's his full name.
That's his legal name.
Yeah,
and it's Luigi Jumpman Mario.
I don't know if his middle name is Jumpman,
but it is technically.
But
Luigi
his name
Mario,
is Luigi Mario,
which is just so like they never address that Mario like
Mario.
They named their kid Mario.
Yeah.
But it is hysterical that like He's like, no, like, with the new Super Mario Brothers, with the Super Mario Brothers, we're gonna fix your thing. Mario. And then like I was a little, the scene with the dog.
I was getting worried. I was like, this feels like an Illuminations movie, and I'm getting disinterested. But it pivoted quickly.
Now that I have digested the film,
yes,
I appreciate that scene because like it is funny. It's over real quick. It is unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like they didn't need to draw it out as much, but it did.
If anything ever lagged, I would think it was that scene.
I think that was for the kids to understand that Mario, like we know that we could just hear that scene with the dad and know fully what's going on here. The kids need the funny scene.
Yeah.
Because there's been too many trailers and that kid's like,
I already saw this. How do you feel about Luigi's nickname, Lou?
I like it.
I didn't mind it.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I didn't even think of that.
I didn't know. Well, because like usually if you give Luigi a nickname, it would probably either be Lou or Louie.
Well, Luigi.
And they went, well, that's a different entity.
That's us.
That's that's for us. Luigi is a separate goo.
Goo based, yeah.
Goo Luigi.
Yeah.
Luigi, if you will. Yeah, I didn't know if they would. Yeah, it could have been Lou or Louie, but they went with Lou, and I thought it was good.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I think.
I like that Luigi then didn't have to have a nickname for Mario. He always just called him Mario because there's not a good nickname for Mario.
No.
And it would have been uncomfortable if they tried to make him one. If they were like Mar, I'm like.
I do wish that we got a little bit of time with like Luigi doing something on his own, a little more time than we got, but I feel like that would be something they explore later because it was fun. Like this is not a complaint, it's more of just like I'm being just looking for things that like it would have been kind of nice because like he did get he does run from them. The gas mask Shy Guy has serious implications and he also has the deepest voice, which I thought was hysterical.
The Shy Guy bit was like, I just thought it was done so funny and so well. The part where there's the lightning crash and there's just Shy Guys behind it. Me and Josh fucking like lost it at that part.
It was good.
And yeah, it was just good. I can't remember what that kind of Shy Guy is called. Those ones that can shoot out of their mouths. They're called like, oh fuck.
I don't know.
I can't remember. I did love the part where he was like, Goombas, Koopas, whatever those are. I'm like, they're Spinies.
Spiny.
And they looked so sad. I was like, no,
they're like, we're proud to be part of Bowser's army. He doesn't even know what we are.
He doesn't know what we are. But yeah, I can't remember what the shooter Shy Guys are called.
Yeah.
But yeah. And very deep voice.
I loved that for one special person out there, King Boo is in this movie.
He is.
For a second.
He looked a little weird.
A little thin.
He looked a little weird.
There's some Double Dash references too.
Hell yeah.
Almost.
Close. Double Dash adjacent.
You know what they did do?
What did they do?
The sparks on the power sliding.
He got the purple boost, and that was how he jumped to the lower row.
Did it not make you cum your pants almost?
So
like
hot.
It emotionally.
It was so good.
I did not expect them to do that, and I was
Him
losing
literally
my mind. He was hopping, and I'm like, I'm looking at the wheels. I'm like, where's the color?
And they're doing it's like yellow, yellow, blue. You got a good one, and I'm like, oh my god. Then he got fucking purple boost when he jumped off that. Ooh, it was so good.
Got me fucking pumped thinking about that scene again.
Sniffits.
Sniffits.
They're called sniffits.
Interesting.
They're called sniffits. So I'm scared because I just Googled Shy Guy shooter. And I'm like... Also, while I was trying to write Shy Guy, one of the top things that came up was Shy Guys finished last. And I was like, what?
I mean...
What?
I guess, but why you gotta make it a race?
Listen, as long as they finish, who cares?
Hey, some people like a slow fist.
If you come, you did the job.
Yeah.
Unless the job was not to come.
Oh no, I failed. Guess I'll have to try again.
Oh, guess I gotta try again. Stinky. Oh no!
Wait, I don't.
Hey, Stinky!
You gotta
I didn't push it.
Yeah, you gotta. You feel like you could just like. Sometimes you do it. It's like no. Sometimes you gotta
probably
do it the whole
best
chest.
that you gotta like push it, but
real good.
Good movie.
It was so good. It was just so fun. Like, there's also so much that like. We didn't even like. There literally is just so much in that fucking movie.
I can't wait to watch it at home where I can like pause and just be like, oh my God, yes.
Yeah, like I want to go find all of them. I don't want to watch a movie. I don't want to watch a video of some guy telling me all of it. I kind of want to go do it.
I want to find as many as I can and then watch the video.
Yes. We'll make a whole day out of it.
I have to complain. I have to say something. I just have to say. I have to get this off my chest.
Yeah, of course. This is a safe space.
And this is nothing against.
It's just you, me, and our 2,700 almost subscribers.
I'd love to say it's not anything against like, you know, the writers and the creators of this film, but it actually is directly against the writers and the creators of this film because they've done me a disservice.
Okay.
And that is because in the wedding scene when there was a plethora of enemy characters, you know, we got some King Babam, we got some King Boo, we got the hits.
When he sat with the little, that was a good.
Did you notice that someone was missing?
Well, no, because they were missing.
But did you notice their absence? Because I did. Do you know who was?
Was
not
it
in
someone?
that scene?
Is it someone who should have been in? Like,
It's
were they
someone-
in the movie before then?
No, and they should have been.
Can I take a guess?
I'd love it.
Okay, because I have no idea who you're talking about,
It's
but I'm gonna
someone
take a
who
guess.
I feel strongly about.
Lakatu?
No, although that's weird. I also don't think he was in the movie.
That would have been fun to have him like pull somebody out, but I think they made the Rainbow Road a threat.
I thought they were gonna have him when like they get to when Princess Peach's castle. I thought they were gonna do a Super Mario 64 like joke about it with him with a camera, but like maybe him as like a tourist taking pictures of it instead of filming Mario. That's what I thought they might do.
They should have showed him as the spy.
Could have done that too.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
That the Locky Twos are the spies because that's how they know everything. Like,
yeah.
Which it could just be that they can also just literally write a line in the next movie and like I'm good.
Petey Piranha was not there.
Yes, I understand.
Where is
now.
my boy? Where's my son?
You know why?
They had a giant piranha plant back there, and they even had him kind of do like the little like leaf thing, but that's not Petey Piranha.
But what if?
He's the boss of the second movie.
What if there's a Super Mario Sunshine movie? If we got Flood.
Oh, that would be so good.
Right?
Oh my God, the emotional. Oh, they would. Oh, they would.
Because like you
the
you wouldn't
scene
have to
where
do
Flood
all
dies.
of it.
Oh my God, that rendered in a nice animation with like that little Mario with like tears welling in his eyes. Oh my God, that'd be devastating.
You could have Flood be a little sassy too.
They should do like a movie where it is split down the middle. Mario and Luigi are going on Super Mario Sunshine and Luigi's Mansion, and it's one film, and they somehow managed to make that work.
Yeah,
that's what I want as a GameCube.
Yeah,
boyo. That's
the GameCube text tone.
It's so good. It's so good.
No, I agree. Like I was thinking about it because I'm like, I think that like they better not sleep on Luigi's Mansion and like obviously Galaxy and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't shoehorn it in because it's like I want to hope that someday it'll get like more.
I'd rather like although I would have shit my pants for a tease. I would have been like, that could be all that we get from it though.
Yeah,
and then it's like
they probably never will, but in my heart I'm gonna hope.
I think they could. I think they could totally do it where it's like they're on a job and like, oh hey, we need help, whatever. It's like they flip a coin, and like they could actually make that a movie where they have strife between the two brothers. All right, now we're in. Are we done talking about like the movie part?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so we talked for a very long time, so an hour and 18 minutes.
I loved that there was the one thing that like there was oddly seemingly no explanation for that honestly smacks of some sort of like socialism or communist commentary is that the toads get to line up at little boxes
to grab
and
all
punch
the coins.
them to get coins, having exerted no effort other than the punch. And it's like, do you just get as many coins as you can beat out of those things?
Yeah.
Is the coin the currency? It's very large.
It's interesting.
It's like as big as their head.
Did you notice that when the one coin fell off the wedding table, the Koopa looked at it?
The Koopa wanted it, so clearly they have value. But they're so big.
They're unwieldy.
And then the Yoshi coins were so small. But
that
the
may
Yoshi
also be-
coins are bigger than the real coins in Mario World.
But that might also be why
Super Mario World.
the Mushroom Kingdom is so
thriving.
Is
Why
because
it's a utopia.
they have the coins.
Interesting.
What I think would be interdasting is that your boy
Goichi.
I think that they could do a movie where we do get the brother fight
Right.
You know,
now
because
that we've established how much they love each other, we can
Yeah.
make them fight and it'll mean
like
something.
they keep doing something. This would be a good second movie or third movie,
Mhm.
maybe third movie. You know, let them have like let it start to simmer of like, you know, hey, like because like let Mario now that he is successful do a little bit of that like, I'm good. I'm like let him fly a little too close to the sun, and thus we get the humbling
Pride
story.
cometh before the fall.
The like you know with Flood and
Where
Super
he's
Mario.
wrongly imprisoned.
Yeah, because it's like, hey, we got a job, we got 2 jobs, and you know he's like, do you want to go to the one in the mansion, or do you want to go to the one at the plaza? And like Luigi's like, oh, he goes, I don't know, the mansion could be nice. He goes, okay, I'll do the mansion. Like Mario knew that the ones on like Delfino
That
Island.
he's going to a tropical resort paradise.
And like it gets busted when like they're getting ready to go and like Mario's in like his like vacation outfit, like the swim trunks.
No Mario nipples in the film.
Yeah, distinct lack.
But we did see his hands. The gloves were removed, and we got quite a few scenes of his hands.
And they comment on the white gloves, and he's like, "It's a trademark. You need to have a thing." And it's like a white glove service, and I thought that was actually pretty smart.
In my head, I'm like, the gloves make more sense than the matching colored overalls because of white glove service.
Yeah, but it's a good bit.
It
Regardless,
was a good bit. Well,
But yeah, then you could have the movie where like Luigi is like, you know, like I can do something on my own, fuck it, whatever, and gets way too involved and realizes like, fuck, I need Mario. And maybe like how they interact is that like, you know, although like the villains are actually intertwined, or like there's a third player that's playing everybody. Because like you'd have, it's like, well, what about Peach and whatnot? Because you can't not have Peach in it. You could have multiple. You could even have 3 storylines going on at once.
You can do that.
I would trust them with that because
They should have it so that during all of that, while the boys are struggling, Peach and Daisy go on a girls' trip.
they're stuck at Sephora.
In less capable hands, I would fear they would do that. I trust them now enough to know they wouldn't do that.
Like,
Although it would be a fun twist on that if it was that Daisy and Peach go on like a girls' vacation and then it turns into them like saving the world in some way. That would be a fun twist. But
that would be a fucking funny movie where it's like, oh, there's going to be a thing with the brothers, and like clearly we're setting up a movie that's about to be like these 2 things, and then Peach and Daisy are both like, you guys are both being ridiculous. Both of you stop and go work it out. And like, no, we don't get those movies. And then it's a Peach and Daisy movie. That would be kind of fun.
yeah.
That'd be a good bit.
I wonder if they're going to have Peach and Daisy be friends though, or if they're going to have them
Lovers?
be like frenemies at first.
I hope so.
Wow. Rivals to lovers.
They better exploit some mild sexual tension because like
I think they will. How could they not?
they better.
Because they can't with Mario and Luigi because brothers.
Yes. Brother
like-
kissing brother.
So unfortunately they can't.
Brother killing brother.
Killing brother. They can't, unfortunately. But Peach and Daisy ain't related. I love
Ain't no ham when you play him.
I love the theory that Peach,
Toadstool. They didn't say her name.
she's the one.
Well, they would call her Princess Toadstool.
They also never called Toadsworth Toadsworth,
That was Toadsworth.
but that was Toadsworth.
Also, Toad
There's
felt
also
like
Toad.
Treasure Tracker Toad.
I believe it is. I believe
That's
it was
TT
him.
Toad.
TT Toad. Well, they even played his little Treasure Tracker song.
Oh, I didn't know the song, but yeah.
They played his little song very briefly, which was
For you.
was good. That was for us. That was for the girlies who eat silica gel. Well, I don't remember what I was saying. But that's okay.
You said the thing about like Peach and Daisy
Yeah.
is that
Oh, I love the theory that Rosalina Rosalina comes from an alternate reality wherein Luigi and Peach get together and have Rosalina.
what?
And then in that alternate reality, Peach dies, which is why Rosalina's mother is dead in Galaxy.
I never played Galaxy. I tried playing it on the Switch version,
It's
and
horrible
I
because of
fucking
the
hate it.
controls.
I'm like, this is a terrible game. I don't understand how anyone likes this.
I don't understand it
I like watching it.
Same.
I don't want to play it.
Yeah, I love that theory. I love it so much.
That's so interesting.
There's actually, I think even Game Theory does a theory on it, and like he goes all the way into like
Matt Pat, fan of the channel,
friend of the channel. Like, you know, he even goes into like friend of the channel. He even goes into like separated earlobes, genetics. You know, like Rosalina being taller, Luigi's the taller brother, Peach, so on and so forth. You know, all the hits.
Oh, of
all the
course, yeah.
hits. All the hits.
It was good.
It was great.
It was fine.
Yeah. I want a sequel now.
Yeah.
I don't want to wait 4 years. I want it now.
Mm-hmm. It was just good. It was just fun.
Yeah.
Like, the whole time I just kept thinking, I'm having so much fun
I'm
watching this
having
movie.
an enjoyable time.
And I don't remember the last time I really watched a movie where I thought, I'm having so much fun. Actually, I do. It was Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Another animated movie. That was good.
Isn't that one getting a sequel?
Yeah, I'm super stoked. I think it's Across the Multiverse or whatever.
Across the Spideyverse?
Something, yeah.
I don't know.
Shit's crazy.
It was good.
It was fine.
I liked it.
I'll allow it.
But where was Petey?
There's no PD Piranha.
They took him from me. They didn't take him from me. They never gave him.
Look how they massacred my boy.
Look what they did to my boy. Where was Petey Piranha? But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. That's fine. He should have been.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. I guess other than that, you do anything this week?
That's an excellent question. I'm having real life.
Did
stuff,
you like?
but not?
Did you like the Divinity Original Sin 2 reference? When the penguin's like, "Do you yield?" And Bowser was like, "I do not
I
yield."
do not.
I was like, "He yields to none."
He yields to none. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, yeah, real life stuff, but like nothing too crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wrote. So, I have videos that are due regularly, routinely, twice a week.
Schedule of your own design.
I even have one that's due tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I did yesterday?
Did you make that video?
I wrote 3 scripts.
Oh.
They're not coming out till the middle of May.
A classic maneuver.
An Eric classic. Yeah. So
That's called investing in yourself.
I was like, look at me. I'm like, I fucking busted these out. I'm proud of them.
Is it because the video that comes out tomorrow is the big one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I will do anything rather than do what I need to do.
Which is funny because then also, spoiler alert, because like I end up hearing about it. They're always good. They're always successful. People love them.
If only you all knew.
If only the earthquakes could stop affecting. If I could stop getting tremors on my server,
That part.
that would be great.
That part.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I was like, I could write the thing that's due very soon, or get this.
It's a good payoff regardless. You know that you're gonna do it anyway.
I mean, like, I'm happy with them because like they're good.
The 11th hour is when you really come into your final form. So why would you not perform at your best?
I make my best work.
I perform at my best. That's why I take all this rest.
I operate best in one of 2 time periods. Either 2 time periods. I do my best work when it's due mere minutes from now, or
Because there's no time to
there's no time to fuck
waff.
around.
Yeah.
Or when there is something that is due mere minutes from now, and this thing isn't due for months. Oh, inspiration strikes every time. When I want to come up with an idea for what I need to
Something
do
else
in
is
2
due.
months.
Something else is due
Yes.
in a very short amount of time. But like, I don't want to deal with that. So like, I'm working on this thing. I'm going through and organizing and renaming all of the images I saved on my computer.
Yeah.
It's like, why? Is it important right now? No.
No.
But this is healing for me.
It really
They
is.
don't tell you that that's self-care.
They don't tell you that. And it is. Yeah. I do my best work when I'm not supposed to.
Mm-hmm. Like, God, if only I could control things with my mind, because the things that I could do while laying in bed trying to sleep. But you could just get up and do them. No, I want to go to bed.
No, I need to go to bed.
My cat,
Your cat.
Zuki, has been going out of control lately.
Okay, yeah.
He, I realized I've been probably feeding him a little too much.
Okay.
He is a little chunky, but he's not like he's not like a health risk or anything. Last I checked,
Right.
with the vet, But like, I looked at the bag of like, how much am I supposed to feed him? Because I just like scoop in the cup. I kind of eyeball
per
it.
pound of cat?
I've been a little heavy on the eyeball, but not as heavy as I would have thought. Okay. So I was like,
yeah.
I'm like, okay. And I try to feed him like, I have to make sure that like he has food in his bowl before I go to bed, because otherwise, every morning, he will want to wake up. And So I sleep with my door open now ever since he got out, because I don't want to not have my door open and then he's out. But if he's in and I shut my door, that's fine until he wants to go out. And then he will rattle the door and it's very annoying. And
cut a hole in the door. I'm probably going to do that in mine.
Really? You can do that?
Yeah. My parents, like the whole time I was growing up, my parents would do that because they would put like the litter box in like the laundry room or something, but they didn't want to have to like leave the laundry room door open. So you just make a little like picture hole, basically, that's cat-sized toward the base of the door, and then the cat just jumps through. I'm going to do it to my bedroom door because I'm tired of having the door open. Because like I leave some lights on out in the rest of the house, and then it glares into the bedroom. But I want him to be able to like sleep with me or go do whatever he wants. So I'm going to do that.
I didn't know I could do that. I didn't know that was like a possibility. Yeah. Because I've been like I've been using an offline to wedge, because like I'll try to just have it so that like the door is shut, but there's the shoe there. But then I'll wake up.
Get the shoe, mama, get the shoe.
Well, like I wake up at like I typically will wake up at like 5:30.
Right.
Drink some water. Yep. Take my pill.
Yep.
Lay back down.
Yep.
Wake up about an hour later. And one thing I've been doing, and I've been consistent actually for like the last like week or so, I get up and I go for a walk every morning.
Good.
Like when I actually get up, like before work or anything, I just like, I don't bring my headphones either. I'm like, I just listen to the sounds of traffic and birds and whatnot, but like try to like be kind of very present. Like how do my feet feel in my shoes, in my socks, and while walking, I'll like stop and be like, well, how does the air taste right now? Which is like a really weird thing, but also like, when was the last time you thought about that? Like, what do I taste right now? Interesting. You know, just try to be like more present and whatnot. Read it in one of my sister's therapy books, but like it's been like really nice in terms of like just being like up and at 'em. Like this morning, I actually, when I got up, I ended up walking like 3,500 steps because I just started like walking, and I was going to do my normal little routine in my neighborhood. And then I was like, well, I'm like, I have a little bit of time. I was looking at Pokemon Go, and I'm like, oh, there's like Pokestops. There's like a park nearby my house, which is, I didn't like, there's been no Pokestops near my house. So I was like, I'm going to go to those. And I like walked on over, and now I'm like, oh, I'm going to start doing that. And I'm like, and if I'm going to take Lulu for a walk, and I want to take her for like a walk, I can go walk her to the park. I didn't even know that was there. I was like, damn, it's so cool to just do things. Or like, you know what? This is like, a thing that I read in one of this book that my sister's been having me read is, and this is helpful for anyone with like overthinking and, you know, struggling with that kind of stuff, is like, you are the thinker of your thoughts. You are not the thoughts themselves, which is like, it can be kind of crazy to like think about, but it's like more of like, you can, but also your thoughts are basically what your body's neurons are just firing off. Like, doesn't mean you always have to do them, but at the same time, like, you know, instead of just like saying, no, I'm not going to do this, it's like, well, hey, my body said I should. And I was sitting there going, I'm like, I wonder what if we like wore outfits tomorrow or something? And that's why I like, just like out of the blue, and like, so what's your fit? Like, have you prepped it? And then I was like, I'm not just going to leave it there. Like, this is what I was thinking. And I actually like, it ended up like, I didn't do the like purposefully looking bad, because I realized when I put on my shirt that like, I was like, oh, I actually like, this actually looks pretty decent. And I'm like, look at me trusting my gut and having a better solution than I expected. And you looked very fresh, and Josh looked very fresh. And
I chose not to do the matching shorts because I wanted to do the shoes. When I was picking the shoe, I was like, wait, the color matches perfectly. I was like, but that's a little much.
Shirt and shoes, or pants and hat?
Yeah. So I was like, all right.
Or pants and jacket.
We're going to do a different short. We're going to do a neutral short.
I don't know if you can do pants and jacket. That can look a little weird.
Could look weird. It would depend on the pattern, I guess.
Yeah. You could do pants and shirt, but a different jacket. That's a vibe. Yeah. It was very fun. I'm glad you entertained me a little bit with a little silliness of just like, yeah, this is what I'm thinking. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Because like, how often do we go see a movie like Boys Day? Seeing the movie with the boys.
We've never done that.
No. And then it's like, we can make this a memory.
And one of the boys didn't attend.
Which is funny
That's
because
okay.
he did originally respond with, "I plan on being sick that day," and then he called out.
He really told us the truth from day one. Like, how can we be upset?
I
when he-
am.
when he spoke
Well,
his
I'm not
truth.
actually like
No, it's fine.
because I'm assuming it was something.
It's a shame
with
that he missed the movie.
it really
'Cause
is.
It was a good movie.
Yeah, like
It
he
was a good
genuinely
film.
missed a good movie, and
I
I'm
think he would have
assuming
enjoyed it.
because when I talked to Taylor, she said like, "Oh no, he's going." Like he had already said like he was planning. So it probably was something with the
I
kid
imagine
or
it was a work.
work
probably.
thing.
It's
Maybe.
probably a gig.
Yeah, which I get it. It's fine.
Make the money.
But what's the money good for if you die before you can spend it? You
Spend
don't have any
$8
good
at the Mario
memories.
movie. Yeah, it's worth $8. Granted, we did see it at like 11 a.m.
Matinee.
Matinee price.
Matinee.
Matinee. But yeah, I've been going on walks. It's been very nice, and
yeah.
it feels great. But Zuki, the whole point of that is that like now he's like, oh well, Dad wakes up at 5, so now I can
I
like
should be fed at 5.
Or it doesn't matter if he has food, and like I'll have that door there, and I'll hear he's playing with the shoes, and I'm like, no. And like I will sometimes like messages like sometimes in the morning it's like 4:30 in the morning and you're like I'm just like I will fucking put you in a blender. I'm just trying to sleep, man. Like
Yeah.
and like nothing helps, and like you can't just shut the door because I don't have anything to like block the door because like
Cut a little hole.
yeah he could put his paw in there and he can just it just rattles.
it.
I never thought to put a hole. I didn't even know I could put a hole.
Yeah. If you have the proper tools.
Yeah, like
Cut a little hole. It's a hollow door.
Yeah.
It's an interior door.
also like I don't know why I'm worried about like the aesthetic of the door. Like it's not like, hey, look at my
It's
door
your
and look at the
house.
hole that like the hole that's not in there. You could just
It's
do
your
that.
house.
It's
I mean, if
weird.
you want to be professional, like you can get a little, like
Yeah.
you get like quarter round to frame it. Like you don't just like have a hole in the door, but there's a hole
Well,
in the
yeah.
door.
Well, that's just it though. But like, full stop. Like just to start, yeah, you could
just start with
you
just
could
a
just a
hole in the
hole,
door.
and then be like, okay, I'll put like a little trim on it or something.
Yeah.
You know, like to make it like kind of cute. Maybe put in a little flap.
You can even do that.
Not really necessary,
Yeah.
and I don't even think I'd even need to do like as big of a hole as I'm thinking. Like you don't need to do a hole to the top thing. Absolutely.
No.
You do it like in the middle or maybe on the side.
Yeah, you basically just make a rectangle or a square, and you just boop boop.
Yeah, because he'll want to crawl through it.
Yeah.
So,
He's already trying to get under it, so then he'll go, oh
Yeah.
look, an opening. Ha ha.
aha, I do this.
I do that.
But then I could also like have the door shut, which helps with like just
I like sleeping with my door shut. So that's been like annoying. Like I'm doing it for him.
same.
It's open for him, but I want it closed. So I'm gonna take, my life in my own hands, and I'm gonna put a saw in those hands, and I'm gonna cut a hole.
Yeah,
And we're gonna have a good time.
just get a little hacksaw. Actually, I think I do have a little hacksaw. You could use a power saw too.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably easier.
Yeah.
You just gotta like
I mean, a saber saw would be kind of like easiest. You just like drill a hole that's big enough for the saber saw blade, and then burp, burp, burp,
Burp.
burp.
what's a saber? You'll have to show me because I want to know. Saber saw.
Saber saw.
Interesting. All right.
We okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You want to do a quick wit next week?
Sure.
Because like I'm not gonna lie, like I'm really thirsty
Yeah.
and I'm a little tired from seeing the movie. I've been doing a lot of stuff with my friends today. I'm a little tired.
I'm really tired.
But I also am like glad that we didn't just like end as soon as we were done talking about spoilers because I'm like,
Yeah.
cool. We had 35 minutes of like no spoilers, then spoilers, and then a minute and a half of content. Now there is something to see here.
Superb Marno.
Superb, yeah. Margot, olive, mushrooms. It was just fun.
It was good.
I'll buy it. I'll buy it. I'll have a physical copy of that movie. Like not like because when the internet's out, it doesn't matter how many of those digital movies you get, you can't access them. Hard disk.
Unless you downloaded them.
But yeah, but who's gonna? You don't download them until
You wouldn't download a car.
I would if I could.
Which I would if I could. So I'm like,
Yeah.
bad ad campaign.
You can. Well, they didn't
They
think
tell-
about 3D printing at the time.
They tell you.
I don't know why they say you wouldn't download a car. I can like right click save as car.png.
Marketing 101. Don't ask the consumer a question that they can say no to.
Oh, like what? Would you rather buy our car or have us kill your family?
Excellent.
It's a great way to sell cars.
Like you shouldn't have your ad campaign be a question, because you can answer no to a question.
Mm-hmm.
Someone could like, who doesn't like Sarah Lee? You could say, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, maybe we don't make
Sarah Lee's a
maybe
bitch.
we don't make it a question.
Yeah.
Everything should be a declarative statement.
People love Sarah Lee.
There you go. With a name like Smuckers,
Everyone-
it has to be good.
Oh.
You can't dispute that. Where's
Well, you can, but then you're just being a hater.
But where's the lie? Where's the flaw in the logic? With a name like Smuckers, it has to be good. What part of that sentence are you going to try to tear apart?
Well, the thing is, like, you can just say that. You can say that about anything.
Exactly.
With a name like the Hell Yeah Podcast,
It has to
be
be
a
good.
mate.
Well-
It has to.
well,
It has
that-
to be good.
It has to be good.
That's how we promote ourselves. Is
With a name like Hell Yeah Podcast,
podcast
it has to be good. You'll Like a Bovika, which is a ripoff of You'll Like a Hobika. No, You'll Like a Hobika, which is a ripoff of You'll Like a Bovika. /HJ. You
Yes.
said you wanted to say something about that video.
Oh, it was just really good, and it felt very vindicating.
Yes.
Because I think that the /HJ in particular is a dumb tone
Unhelpful,
indicator.
because it's not indicative
Well,
of it.
also, you could, you just made a funny.
Right.
Just say it.
Just say haha.
Yeah, I could tell, and I guess, it's also for people that, have, difficulty picking up on
Yeah.
the nuance, which I get what that's for. But, again, the
It
video
doesn't-
explains it.
why that doesn't, HJ in particular, does not help.
If you're
Clarify.
unsure of it, I think I pulled the bit a little too strong, a /s, and that's perfect. I've done that even in text, because it's not a big deal. I'm just reading that out of context. It looks like I believe that, so I just want to be clear that no, I am mocking people who believe this.
Yeah.
Because that's basically what it always is. It's it's fun to talk like we're dumbasses.
Also, not to circle back to the film, but as for both the joke
The
and
Bliff.
for both as a joke and as a sweaty, I loved that Mario's dad had sweat stains.
I didn't even notice. That's so funny.
Because I was like, that's very Italian father.
I mean, it fits.
In Brooklyn in the summer.
Yeah,
It makes sense.
it fits. If it fits,
It was funny.
It also is modern because he had a smartphone,
He did.
which I thought was interesting.
He did.
The dog in the beginning was just so out of place.
That felt very Illumination. And I don't even necessarily mean that as an insult, but it felt very...
It is the weakest part of the movie, but it's also
It felt very Illumination's
it's 2 minutes.
It felt like self-insert fan fiction, but for a dog that they've created, you know?
That dog a character in Secret Life
I
of
was
Pets,
about
and
to
this
say,
is a crossover?
If someone would have told me that dog is a side character, a haha funny side
Then I'm
character,
okay, cool, I get it.
I still wouldn't like it, but I would be oh, that makes sense then why they
that wasn't for
leaned
me.
so hard into that. But okay. That's what it felt like.
Yeah,
That's what it felt like.
yeah. It just
That was the only part of the film now in reflection that I was like, this is going a little bit long.
You know what it is? It's that I think that they could have had the same thing happen, where they accidentally destroy the bathroom, but it not be because of the dog. It could have just been them ruminating on something or whatever.
I think part of the reason why they were doing it that way was to show that
They are good plumbers.
Right, that they were showing they are competent and they're not bad at their job. So I did like that
And
part
they
of
did
it.
fix everything. That's the thing is
Yeah.
they are good plumbers. They just need to be given a chance because they just
Yeah.
optically look bad apparently.
So I did like that aspect of it, that the disaster was framed in a way where it's it wasn't actually their fault. They are good at what they do. I like that. It didn't need to happen that way.
Yeah, it felt like classic haha hijinks.
Yeah.
Also,
animated dog.
The animated dog, I'm do we have so much stuff to look forward to in this movie that's animated that isn't just an animated dog? That's what you guys do all the time. Just didn't need to be there.
It wasn't even a chain chomp.
Oh, did we even see chain chomps?
Yes, once.
Okay.
During the party scene.
Mm.
Someone was getting dragged by a chain chomp. It was funny. Didn't see Poochie.
Poochie.
Didn't see Poochie
Jojo?
from Yoshi's Island.
I've never played Yoshi's Island.
What?
I've never played any of the Yoshi games.
That hurts my soul for you.
Are they
because
good?
They're enjoyable. I love Yoshi's Island.
Is Yoshi's Yarn World good?
Never played it.
Oh.
The only game I've played is Yoshi's Island. So that's all I can speak to. I also
What's
haven't
it
played
on?
the sequel. It was originally on the SNES. I played it on the GameCube Advance. GameCube Advance. Game Boy Advance.
Oh.
Although now I play... Well, no, now I still play it on the GameCube.
Is it
I
on
play it on the GameCube with the attachment.
Is it on the like Nintendo Online Pass thing?
I think it is. I think that...
Like you could just play
I think
it?
the SNES version of it is on there now. Maybe it was on Super Mario... Not Super Mario.
Which is just... They're all just
Well, it was on
remakes of
Nintendo
each other,
64.
right? Like
Yeah, they're all the same game.
it's just a port,
Yeah.
more or less, yeah.
That was the game when I finally managed to my first.
Which is just where you're Mario and using Yoshi on all the levels, right?
No, you're Yoshi and you're
Oh.
playing as Yoshi, and Mario is a baby on your back who just cries and can't do anything.
Good, he's a
And
bitch.
you're trying to, because Luigi has been stolen. Baby Luigi has been taken. And so you're trying to get the brothers back. You're trying to save Luigi so that the brothers can be together and go back to their parents.
You know, in that same vein, there's the
This thing?
yeah, Mario. There's a really good Mario game. It's the Mario and Luigi. I think it was for Game Boy Advance, and they came out one for DS. Where it's Mario and Luigi,
Mario
like
and Luigi.
Superstars, maybe.
Yeah.
I think that's the one where like
That's one of them, yeah.
yeah, it's like and like kind of it's like turn based a little bit too. I think it's like a Paper Mario esque, but it's not Paper Mario.
And there's Mr. L.
Yes, and
He's in
like
one of them.
I think I don't know. Like there's so many good games. I have so many games.
Oh, no, that's Paper Mario is Mr. L, I think. I don't know. I've never played any of those ones.
Yeah, this one in particular though is actually like a good one that I'd be like, hey, you should like make it a game that you play for 20 minutes before bed.
That the guy who does the /HJ video, he does a video that's interesting. That's like, how many games are actually in the Super Mario series?
Like that are specifically Super Mario games.
Yeah, and it is an interesting video. I saw that video a long time ago, and it came back up and I recommended it, and I clicked it, and then I accidentally auto-played the /HJ one that he had also made. And I was I also like this video. How interesting!
It was very interesting.
Can't remember the YouTuber's name. Jan Mislan.
I had the most insane interaction yesterday. I can't believe I forgot to talk about this.
Okay, yeah. What? We need the half of this.
We need the half of this.
Gotta go fast.
So, yesterday, I decided I was having a really good Saturday. I was like hung out with some friends. Like I was playing online, and then like I was like, well, I'm just gonna like go kind of just chill on the couch. And I decided I was like, if I have a thought that I want to do something, I'm gonna see, maybe I'll just do it. Which is why I texted a few people. I kind of watched some random episodes of stuff because I was just thinking about it. And all of a sudden, there's a knock on my door, and I was like, oh, like I guess maybe it's like my sister or something because like we have like a gate. And then as I was getting to the door, I had this feeling. I'm like, is it my mother? Because she called me the other night. I told you. Yeah. Like I didn't answer. I didn't respond because I don't know what I want to do yet, and it's a choice right now, and that's fine. But also because I'm like, she's clearly vulnerable, so I'm not gonna engage.
Right.
Because like it's for me. But that like, oh God, is she here? It's a pest control guy.
Oh, okay.
He's some dude. I don't know. He looked like 24 or something, and starts like chatting me up, and I'm like, I ended up like after a bit, I was like, I'm gonna be clear, man. Like one, I understand the importance of it, and like currently I'm not really doing it, so like it's not a big deal. But like I can't make a decision right now because like I had a quarter of an edible, so like I'm not like I'm full stop. Like that's my own personal responsibility of like I'm not gonna let you like I'm not giving you my card information.
Right.
Like
when I'm zooted.
I'm like I will give you a call tomorrow. Like you've already sold me because like I understand the importance. As long as like I'm just gonna do a little bit of research to make sure like price wise it's not like fucking up and make sure that it's a real company and all that. But like I ended up chatting to this guy for an hour.
Oh.
Well, I said fuck it. He wants to talk to me. Fine.
Right.
But the shit that I had to talk to this guy about was absolutely insane, and in ways that I didn't expect. A lot of like the playbook stuff of like, oh yeah, like like oh he's like saw my shirt, he's like oh yeah, like, you like anime, he's like I'm like yeah, and then like pulls up a One Piece fight on his phone from the Wano arc, which was sick. So on a side note, it was a really cool thing, and I'm like okay yeah, I'm like just chilling. It turns out this kid's 19. Starts to make a lot more sense. He's from Michigan. Okay. He said, I'm out here because he's like, I'm going to make $100K this summer.
Work.
And I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm assuming it's something based like the pest control guys, like teams. And there's got to be like, there's a payout of some capacity where that would work. Because I'm like
selling his Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah. I'm like, whatever it is. Okay, cool. all fine. Like if this was a master manipulation scam, like
Right. Well played.
it's like one of those, you got me, well played. Whether you did or didn't, I'm telling you, like you came off genuine.
You did the deed, yeah.
And I told him that at one point. I was like, just so you know, like
If you're a scam artist, you're pretty good at it.
I said, if you're a scam artist, well, you got me.
You're gonna make you 100K.
So like which is, I mean, it's like, hey, respect the game. But he starts talking to me about like what he wants to do. I'm like, yeah. So like I was like, oh yeah, because he's like, yeah, man, it's just because people don't want to work. So like I want to. Oh God. If I told you it kept going downhill from here, to where I almost was like, okay, I gotta like say some things because like I don't want this kid just like repeating this shit,
spouting shit at 19.
Yeah, I'm like, he's 19. His name wasn't Jared, but he talked about like, he's like, yeah, like people just don't work. He's like, I want to like, I was like, well, what do you want to do? Like, you want to get 100K? Like, then what? And he goes, well, I plan on buying like some real estate, and like just like basically renting it out. And I'm like, a Gen Z landlord. Like he wants to have multiple properties. He's like, so I could be generating some passive income. Which like, yes, but also like a little bit of like, okay, like you are working the hustle now. I get that. But also like, like you're just going to go buy a bunch of properties so you could just like make the money and travel, which you can do. But also you're going to like be a good
Phoenix
landlord.
Isn't the place to do that.
No, wait, it's the place to make the money.
Got it. And then he's going to go back to Michigan. Okay.
And take the money out of
yeah.
state. Well, just like, but his whole idea of like, yeah, I'm just going to like make it and like do that. So then I could just, live off my passive income. And I'm like, do you know what a landlord has to do, sir? Like,
well, he'll probably just get
a managed property.
He'll probably just get a management agency.
Yeah. And cool. That's going to fuck people over. Anyway, sorry. Like the maintenance, remember the old apartment? Remember making a maintenance request and getting something fixed? Because I don't. Never happens. They just go, yeah, we'll put it in. And then we'll get around to it eventually. When they just show up months later and they're like, we're here for the ticket. And I'm like, I don't even remember what the fuck. I already fixed the problem, months ago when it was a problem. But he's just, I'm like, hey man, like, maybe it's not necessarily that like people don't want to work. It's just like, it's like tough. He goes, yeah, mentions some crazy stuff. But regardless of all of that, because I don't want to get into it on here, he tells me about how like a guy got bit by a brown recluse. And like it causes like necrosis and stuff. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, man. I'm like, yeah, like I've been stung by a scorpion. It fucking sucks. And he goes, oh shit, you have? How? Because he was telling me about how like he had heard the story about the brown recluse, and I'm like, I'm about to give this kid the greatest story he could ever have. And I go, I'm gonna look at you dead in the eye right now, and I'm not lying to you. I was stung on the tip of my penis. And he's just like, what? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, boom, here it is. I'm like, thought it was herpes. Nope. And he goes, he's like, holy shit, it's fucking crazy. And like we kept talking. I'm like, you know what? I want you to have verified evidence because like I know that you believe. Like he said he believed me, but I'm like, I need you to understand how real it was. So I call Tyler, and he's recording on his phone. And I go, hey Ty. She's like, hey, what's up? I'm like, we're still in for breakfast, right? She goes, yeah. I'm like, hey, real quick. You remember when I got stung by a scorpion? I'm with Gabe, the pest control guy. Can you tell me what happened? She goes, oh yeah. And she was guarded because she didn't know if she should say it. And I'm like, no, go ahead and say everything. She goes, yeah, you got stung on the dick. And he just like, his eyes are just like going wide. And I'm like, it's a real thing. But you know why? You know why I did that?
How strong was this fucking edible?
No, I wasn't. It wasn't really. I was just chilling. No, but like the sheer opportunity that like, because like these guys, they're working. It's the hustle bro love culture of like,
right.
He showed me a text that someone in his like group texted him this morning, which was like, because like he apparently like lost a bet on the wheel or whatever, had the worst sales, and like he had to like rub someone's feet, and like so he actually like busted out the lotion and everything and like did it like with serious intent. And the guy would like text him back. He's like, oh my God, dude, like, honestly, like, you're fucking out of control. You're crazy. You're going to do great. Like, honestly, I was thinking about calling you out in the morning meeting this morning. And like, not for any particular reason, but just to like start something. But then I realized like, no, you're really putting in the hustle. And I'm like, I got to catch up to you. Like, bro, we got this. Like, we're hustling. We're out here. We're making it. We're making 100K this summer. And I'm just like, this is so sweet in a way that I don't care about. But then I thought, this guy's going to have a story to tell these people, and it's going to be a true story. Like, there's a verified thing. And it's going to be funny as fuck for him. And I'm like, this is a gift I can give this kid. Because, like, I don't plan on calling him.
Right.
I don't think so. Is he going to be my pest control guy?
No.
For the whole time? No. He's just the sales rep.
Yeah, the salesman isn't the one who comes.
Yeah. No. And, you know, and then I'm like, oh, I don't know what it is with me where, like, your pest control guy I've had to talk to 2 times where he's tried to sell me to sell you. And I'm like, no, like, I'm trying to go to my car. Now I have to go back inside and sit in your, like, foyer for, like, 2 minutes. And you're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm waiting for the pest control guy to leave.
Yeah.
Because I want to go. Yeah. Is that weird that I did that? Absolutely. But also, like, fucking
Telling the
hysterical.
story isn't the weird part. The calling Tyler to confirm it is the weird part.
Yeah, I know. Like, I understand that it was weird, and I accept that. But, like, again, I would love to have known what the reaction to all of that was. To people being like, yeah, no, like, he actually called somebody, and, like, I didn't text her or anything beforehand. I'm like, there you go. And then he has to use my bathroom. I did. I let him come in and use the bathroom, but I was on guard because, like, I don't trust anyone coming into my home as someone who's been like robbed and assaulted before. So, like, I'm just like, and then, like, oh, like, he came back out, and I'm like, we're not dwelling. We're gonna go back and continue talking outside. You know, you kind of got to guide the kid, but it turns out he was only like 19, which was surprising. And then as I continued to talk to him, I'm like, oh no, this kid's 19, because it was very much of just, you know, people just want handouts, people just want this, and I'm like, hey man, like, I don't think that's necessarily always the case. You know, there's a lot of, like, you know, issues in general, as well as, like, opportunities and, you know, and like, struggles. It's not necessarily people don't want to work. It's also a matter of, like, people, like, respecting people's time and whatnot. But, like, this is, like, really in depth to, like, go into it. I don't want to, like, lecture this kid. Like, he's trying to hustle.
You just want to tell him about your penis.
No, but yeah. You come knocking on my door, bothering me while I'm watching anime, like, you're gonna hear about my penis.
You're gonna hear about pee-pee.
Yeah. I had no intention of ever bringing it up, but it was because it, like, somehow kind of came up as a thing.
Penises do that.
Yeah. But it was just so insane. I'll tell you more about it because there's some stuff I don't want to talk about on the podcast.
Okay.
So, but it was wild.
Yeah.
It was a wild time, but it was just surreal of, like, an hour and a half of my day just gone. And I'm like, because it was at, like, the end of, like, the edible anyway, so, like, and it wasn't, like, a heavy one. It was just, like, it was the last little bit that I had left over, and I'm like, I don't plan on getting any more. So I'm like, I'm not really doing anything. I'm like, I'm just gonna fucking chill for a bit. Cool.
Just that.
I had already made my bed, so, like,
Now you have to lay in it.
no. I just, well, yeah. Well, I had, like, washed my sheets on Friday, but then I didn't make the bed on Friday, and so I did. Although it could be considered the lazy thing, which respect to my sister for me imposing that opinion on her, but rather, like, recognizing my own behavior is, like, I was like, ooh, I could just sleep in the bed because I don't want to make it. I'm too tired after my stream. I just want to, like, go to bed. I could make the bed. I don't want to. I could just sleep in it, but then I'm like, honestly, I'll probably end up not making the bed for another, like, 3 or 4 days because, like, you've already slept in it once and you just, like, are just tired. You're just going to keep putting it off. I'm like, I'm going to go sleep on the couch. Chill on the couch. There's a bunch of comfy pillows out there because Cecilia's, you know, has to, like, have 4 pillows to raise her feet up. And I was like, and then in the, you know, tomorrow during the day when I have a few minutes, I'll just make the bed. And I did. And I was like, look at that. I worked around my own, like, knowing myself. And my sister's like, well, you could have just made the bed, you know, before. And I'm like, I am aware of that. And I also should have, yes. But, like, I still think that there's points to be rewarded to myself, and I did, for recognizing your own, like, actually thinking critically about your behavior and making a different choice just so that you don't do the damn thing. And I think that was cool of me. And I'm proud of it.
Good.
On God.
And that's on God.
Mm-hmm.
He's to blame for all of this.
You're right.
And that's on him.
I do kind of really want to build the, like, I haven't gotten around to even opening the box yet for the big, like, the block. But now I kind of want to, now that we've seen it. Like, I don't think I will today.
Yeah.
But, like, soon, I'm like, I want to start working on that. Because I was like, what am I going to do with it? I'm like, I don't have to have it. If it's just a pound block, that's cool, too. It's just, I'm assuming it's going to be a little heavy.
I don't know, probably.
Box isn't that heavy. It could be heavier than all the pieces in the box. Is that possible?
No, but it will be more compacted. Like, the box is, like, this big, so it's not going to feel as heavy as when you're holding it all of that weight instead of it dispersed across the full size of the box. Well, it's not going to be dispersed across as big of an area.
So it'll have a higher like gravitational pull almost like.
If
It's more dense.
If this weighs 10 pounds and the table weighs 10 pounds, this is going to seem like it's less than if I'm like.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm good.
Okay, yeah.
Ooh, if we finish it within the next, if we could make it not 2 hours.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.